Welcome, everyone, to the testing room where three of the gaming industry's best video game consultants who have never actually consulted on a video game bring you new topics each and every week. I'm Alex, a.k.a. The Gosfather.
I'm Christian, a.k.a. Pseudo-Voodoo45.
I'm Preston, a.k.a. Funkadelic Jedi.
Yeah, and boy, is the gamble in 14 real. Is it? They just kick you and kick you and kick you, and then you get something that sells for a whole bunch of money, and I don't want to part with it, my precious, because I need it. For
you were so ready
all
to part
kinds
with
of
it.
Other stuff. I know. I want to. But at the other end, like, I look and go, how many crafting classes could I finish off with all of this monies?
Yeah, and you are close to getting the other Ixion mount, so, like...
Maybe. We have no idea. There's literally no way to know in that video game.
True.
It took me less time to run these special event dungeons and get that minion I could sell for millions of gil to then buy this other mount than it will for me to farm three things to get this one that's years old.
Yeah.
Should have taken days. It's taken almost a month.
Yeah.
And I still don't have it. I hate everything.
No.
So, anyway, how's your week?
Good. I don't think I should start, though. I have more to talk about than everybody here. So I can, but I can, you know what? If you want, I can end it on our shared thing, because we all played a game, and then...
Sure. Yeah, we can, like, whatever,
right,
whoever is the
second. Break out
second.
my phone really quick, because I've got a lot. So, first thing I'm going to talk about is the Steam Neck Fest. So that happened. For those who don't know, Steam Neck Fest is a weird digital weekend thing that Steam does, essentially, where they just showcase a bunch of games, mostly indie games, but they some bigger profile ones, but they essentially just say, hey, there's free demos for over like 3,000 games.
Yeah.
So go through, download them, see what you like. And the whole point, though, is that every single one of those games is coming out this year. So it's not anything that you have to wait super long for. The whole point is to showcase games that are coming out this year. I played somewhere in the neighborhood of like 37 demos. I've only written down the ones that actually were good, or like, not, I should say that were good, but the ones that stuck with me. Because if not, there'd be so many of, I didn't like this, move on. So... I had the first one I played, I immediately told Preston about, because it was so his jam.
Yeah.
Which is a Star Fox clone, essentially, that is with cats instead of foxes, and other animals. It's mostly just all cats. But the gimmick here is that it is a roguelite Star Fox. So it's essentially a Star Fox that will never end. So there's your multiple runs, you're leveling yourself up over time, and as you're going through each level, you're picking different power-ups that happen and building out your ship in different ways, whether it's, increased movement speed, increased shooting speed, damage, shields, health, all sorts of stuff that you can do. Better bombs, better missiles. But the first thing that you can do in the game, and it's the first thing in the tutorial, and you can tell these developers just are like people of a like mind, like Preston, where they have just wanted another Star Fox game, and they're so mad they haven't got one, and so they said, fuck it, we'll do it ourselves. And so the first thing that happens in this tutorial is it says double tap the B button to do your barrel roll. And it was in that moment that I was like, all right, they know. They know exactly.
Better give me a barrel roll this fucking
game. What people would want here. They know. It's great though. It's exactly how you remember Star Fox 64 playing, which says a lot, because if you go back to Star Fox 64, there's not some of the remakes have cleaned that up, but like if you go back to the original version, there's definitely some parts that are a little clunky in my opinion.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But they this is exactly how you remember it in your brain. Like, it's fast, it's snappy, you're going in between stuff and dodging things that are falling, and it's cool. So next was one that I sent immediately.
Are these in any sort of order? Like, are they in any order of, like, these are
the order that I played them in.
And play them in, but not like
Yeah.
this one I found best and the
Nope.
one I'm looking. Okay.
No. These are just ones that I all liked.
Okay.
So then the next one I sent directly to Alex, which was System Shock remake, the System Shock 1 remake that had a demo that was out. I was not aware of what kind of remake they were doing here, but it is extremely cool and ambitious to the point I'm very excited for this now. I was excited for it before, but I'm very excited for it now. So I missed
nice. Yeah.
I missed System Shock completely when it came out, because at the time that it came out, I was firmly in my, like, I did not have, I was either playing console games or I was playing World of Warcraft, and my computer did not have a secondary use. Like, there was no other games that were going to be installed on that machine. Like, it was just World of Warcraft.
If I sit on the computer, it's Warcraft.
Yeah. So, but what they've done is, like, there are certain assets in the game that are exactly as you would remember them. Like, they're pixelated, like they look just like they came out of System Shock 1. But then there's other parts that are extremely high fidelity to make this like really cool sort of contrast between everything. The way I sort of would think that I thought about it was like, it's like if somebody took System Shock 1 and then ported it to a new engine, like through like a mod or something like that, and like cleaned up some of the textures and stuff, and then said like, bam, here you go. Like, that's how they look. And then there's the high fidelity stuff on top of it. So all the character models, there's a lot of stuff in the environment that's all, clearly built from the ground up, but then mixed in with the old versions of the thing. Even Shodan, the main antagonist in the game, all of her dialogue is just ripped straight from the original. So there's no, like, they didn't like re-record it or anything, which is great because it sounds like you're hearing her through a broken sort of like earpiece like thing. Like, so it totally matches everything that's happening. It's fantastic. I'm very on board for this. And it is clearly like, it is one of the neatest ways that I think I've seen to do a remake of a game. It's a very cool idea. So I'm excited. The next ones I did were, so there's one called Slope Crashers. And this was just a Mario Kart snowboarding game. It was pretty fun though. Like, it was like if SSX Tricky had weapons, like,
Okay.
and stuff. Like, it was just kind of like a fun little thing. It would be a really fun multiplayer game, like a little party game. It was super well made. I can't see, depending on price, whether or not it's a pickup, but like, I added it just because it was fun and it would be a fun party game. Next one was called Driftwood. This is a longboarding game where you play as a sloth who's just trying to just downhill jam and just like cut through stuff and get points by doing certain things. It was just very relaxing. Whoever they got to do this music is like, they know exactly what they're doing. It's like, you're just supposed to be cruising. Like, you're just cruising, getting points, doing certain paths, and then chilling out. That's it. Like, you're just being a sloth who's chilling out. It's very cool. I really, really liked it.
Just like your relaxing game.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. And it was, but I dug it a ton, and it was an instant purchase for me just because. No, it's not out yet. I wish listed it, but I will purchase it when it comes out, just because it will be really one of those nice, like, man, I just want to zone out. Like, I just want to hang out, put some headphones on, listen to some music, and just like get, like, it was a really cool idea. Mm-hmm. So it worked. The next one was called Shumi Come Home. And this was think almost Mario 64-esque kind of 3D platformer, where the whole objective is just to sort of go around and it's just like purely collecting things. Like, there's no, it's very minimal story is basically, what you're, but it's just, you're just going around and helping people with things and doing little quests and collecting things and doing this stuff. The notable thing that I wanted to mention from it though is that it has a pixelation filter. So there's none, and it's very clean, crisp art style that looks good. low, medium, high to see how pixelated you would want it, right? The next one down, though, is one that I have never, ever seen in a video game, and I thought that it was amazing that they included it, which is all one word, all capitals, yo, I can't see. And you click that one, and it is true. It is hard to see what is happening in that pixelation filter, but the art style still works like in that filter. And so you're doing it like just. It was amazing that it still worked, but it was very hard to parse out what the fuck was happening. But it was very cool.
Amazing.
And the next one was a game called Meat Grinder. And this one was it was like a arcade shooter where you're going through levels that are coming at you very fast, and mostly because it's all on the back of vehicles that are driving at you with people at them, and they're trying to hurt you. The gimmick, though, is that you have to keep your heart rate up to, like, so you have to be moving all the time, jumping from vehicles, shooting, doing these things, and like keeping your look, there's a little meter for your heart keeping it up, because if it drops too low, then you die. So it's like one of those like infinite runner things. Yeah. Huh?
Crank the video game.
Yes. Yeah. And so you're like have to jump through them and do all this stuff, but it was very fun, and it's like super fast moving and like keeps you going, and all the weapons were and it feels very tight. So I was definitely into that one. It was a lot like it scratched the same itch as Angerfoot, the game that was from last year, where it was just high action all the time. It was very cool. Next one was Slave Zero X. So this one, I did not know this, but this was brought up to me by a friend of the show, AOL account. But he sent, so this is based in the same universe as an obscure Dreamcast game called Slave Zero. It really was like...
Name doesn't translate well.
Yeah, it doesn't, and it was like a mech like fighting game or action game, so it wasn't anything crazy. But for whatever the world is very cool, apparently, or enough for people to make this game. And so what they've done is made a 2D character action game, and this is the moment I knew I was like, all right, these people are serious about making this game. Is from the first second, the voice actor for Nero from Devil May Cry is the main character here. And so I was like, little golf clap. Very good. Very good.
Is that Johnny?
I love... Huh?
Is that Johnny?
I don't know.
Johnny Young Bosch, I'm pretty sure, plays Nero. But yeah, no. I'm pretty sure Nero is played by Johnny Young Bosch, if I am correct. I'll double check that for you, but yeah.
Yeah, go for it. If it is, some of his best work, in my opinion. But this is very good. So but from minute one, you hear who it is. And then you get... So the combo system is like... very, very in depth, because it's sort of mixed with like the way the description on the demo is fans of Devil May Cry and Guilty Gear.
You were like, say no more.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
Say no more, fam.
Are going to be into this. And it's because the way that they do some of their fighting, like some of the combos in the game are taken after a fighting game. Like you can do like a quarter circle buttons and it will do something different than others and stuff. Like it's very, very cool. So I was super into that one. And then the next one that I played, that was probably, if I had to pick one, that was probably my favorite demo of the Next Fest, was just because I totally unexpected, but it was just rad. It was so cool. Okay. Next one was called God of Rock, which was a rhythm-based fighting game. I have never played a game like this, but it was so cool to see. So they had essentially what you do is you and your opponent are on a track, and you're basically playing Guitar Hero against each other, and if you miss a note, that's them punching, and they hit that note, that's them punching you, and vice versa, right? So the health will whittle down between there. But in the middle of that, while you're hitting all these notes, you're building up your super meter. You then can use your super move like you would in a fighting game. So you have to do like a little, like in between beats, essentially, you'll do like a little half circle and then 2 buttons, and that will bring out your super. It then cuts to, it shows it on their side, it shows an insane amount of button prompts that they would have to press to sort of parry all of the things that you were doing. And it was just very neat. I was like, I didn't expect this to work. I thought that this genre mashup would be horrible, but it wasn't. It was fun. So I was very into it.
Sounds a lot like those like Tetris games that had like the verses to where like if one person like fucked up or did really well, it fucked with somebody else's Tetris kind of thing.
It's very similar.
It's like a rhythm version of that, which I think that's a very cool idea.
It was very, very cool. And all the characters are like based on legally distinct version of musicians. Like there's definitely one dude, but like think like Street Fighter versions of these characters. Like one dude was very clearly like Street Fighter Elvis. So it was like Elvis, but in like reuse like gi or whatever.
Yeah.
Like it was very stupid.
He has the
funny.
hair or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. It was very funny.
White and gold.
Next one was this game called I Doesn't Exist. So
Sounds like a robot game.
No. So it is a modern text adventure game. I have never. I did not think that this is something that people would do. This is instant day one for me though. This game was so cool. So have either of you played Zork before in your life?
No.
Okay. Have you played any text adventure before?
There was a
Monkey Island. That's text adventure, right?
No.
No. So like, it's a
like a point and click.
Okay,
I'm talking about like a pure text.
I played a text adventure as a
okay,
kid, or in college with a buddy of mine, but it was like a battle text adventure. So you could like send out your scouts, and then you would get, they would like somebody come back and they give you some dialogue, and then you would.
And there's no visual readout on the screen except for the text that's happening. So you're just building it up in your head.
Yep.
Great.
No.
That is what this. So this is what this is. Except they have went and done a full visual readout of the things that happen on the game. So like the screen pops up at first and it's just a regular text adventure, and so it explains. It's like, hey, get this key, open the safe, do these things. So you do it, you go through this door, and then the whole game sort of just like explodes with like color and all this other stuff, and you see the main character. So then now you see everything that's happening and everything that's fully realized, but you are controlling it via text only. And it can it is really smart. Like the things that you can just talk like a human and it will do the things. Like I was like, there was a thing that I needed to stop at. It was like a little mushroom or whatever that I needed to stop at to grab. So I was like, walk to mushroom, then stop. And the character just was like, do bump, and stops. Like it just does what you want it to do. At the end, it ends with in the middle of it, there's like some really weird glitches that happen where the character falls down and the whole like screen sort of like shakes and flashes like black and green really quick. And you're like, I don't know what that is. And at the end, like the character has like a whole like a panic attack, and like it has like this whole thing. It was very cool. I don't know. I'm in is basically what I'm saying. It was very neat.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we have finally come to the end of the list. The last one that I've played is a game called Phantom Brigade. I think I've talked about it on here before, but if not, I'll give the quick thing. But it is essentially a real-time. Well, it's kind of mixed. I don't know. It's like a strategy game, but it is also like your turns are set. Like it's like a replay strategy game, I think is the best way to describe it, like where you can see moves as they're happening. So as you're planning, you can see what the enemy is going to be doing so that you can plan your moves accordingly. And then once you've planned a set amount of moves, you hit play and you watch it all play out until the stopping point, and then you do again. You do the chess moves and do your thing.
And they have mechs, which is why I got Christian.
Huh?
And
yes.
It has
yes, it has mechs, which is why it got me. Yes. Play the demo for that. It's also incredible. Like I've played it before. I played it when I went to PAX a couple of years ago.
It looks nice.
Which means I know I didn't say it on the podcast, but I told you guys about it probably while I was there. But that was before this podcast had been started. So, and I think that might have been more than a couple years ago because it might have been like 4 years now.
So they would have been pre-COVID.
I hate time. Anyway, so
It doesn't exist. You're fine.
yeah, COVID fucked everything up, but or continues to fuck everything up. But yeah, so game's still fantastic. It's like it is exactly what it's so satisfying to plan things out, hit play, watch it all happen, and the mechs are so fucking cool, and the fighting, like all the weapons and stuff, like the strategy behind everything is very, very cool.
I'm looking at some of this right now, and like they have like the timeline thing at the bottom, which is really cool. That you can kind of fast forward and reverse to kind of see like what the enemy's kind of doing, what your plans are already, and like you can kind of adjust based on that with like time placements and stuff like that. Like it's a very interesting way to like you're not just moving your character and it shows you the next turn. This is the timeline that's happening, and it just kind of shows you and you kind of plan ahead, and then I guess you just at a certain point press play and then watch it happen.
Yep, and you catch up to current time, and then you start again. Yep,
that's
you.
Cool. Yeah,
and you're just trying to finish it in as few turns as possible. It's awesome.
Looks great too. Yeah,
big fan. So then I'll get to the games that I have finished. So regular games. So I finished Trails 3.
Yay.
Nothing more to say than what I've said before, except that it's, there are some people out there who do not like that this is just not another Trails 2, and that they went like in a completely different way from it. I am not one of those people. I think that is the best thing that you can do when you have a game that comes out that is just so critically acclaimed, and it's a 10 out of 10 from everybody, and they love it, and it's the best, and yada, yada, yada. The best thing you can do is switch it up. Do something different. Surprise people. Do whatever. Do not just make the same game again, because it's not going to go over well. It's just going to, people will be like, this didn't need to be made. It's not justifying itself. Why are you doing this? Blah, blah, blah. Everything was fantastic about it. The backstory, the lore that happens that builds out the rest of that world and those characters, I wouldn't have traded for anything. The ending is like one of the most like heartfelt, nice send-offs to an entire cast that you've spent at this point over 150 hours with. Like, it is just fantastic. Like, I absolutely zero complaints. It was incredibly fun. It's cool that your level 90 characters from the last game come over. That's cool. So you're just like, what's up, everybody? Like, it's so good. It was just absolutely fantastic, and it puts a nice bow on a series that I knew nothing about, and then when I played, instantly became one of my top 5 JRPG series of all time. Like, it is up there. Like, it's honestly probably in just like the top games list, easy. But yeah, so that was that one, and then I finished Hi-Fi Rush.
Yes. Oh, nice.
And man, what an easy recommend for literally any human being that likes video games.
It's so good.
It is just so good. And also, shout out to the Evil Within 2 team over there, because they've literally just shadow dropped what is arguably going to be one of the the game of the year or in the discussion for game of the year.
It will be nominated for a lot of things.
I mean, it's gonna be in the top 10 for sure.
Yeah,
it's gonna be in my and right now, honestly, I'm having a hard time seeing anything top it. Like, I love that game. Like, it is. I don't have any complaints. Like, by the time I got to the end, the fact that they don't like. There's just so many things that could have gone wrong with this game, and they made the right decision at every turn. Like, the combo system is deep, and it feels good, and all the moves are fun, and you can do fucking combo linkers with all the other characters that are in the game, which is like really, really cool. And the parry feels incredible, and all these things, and they all tie it to this rhythm system that is completely optional in the sense that it is only for your benefit. It doesn't hurt you at all when you're off beat. Like, you're still going to connect. You're still going to get the combos to come out. You're still going to do damage. The only thing it does is give you a bonus to your score and to your damage, and that's it. Like, could you imagine if this game came out and they were so... And the combo system was...
Every beat miss was a miss hit.
Yeah, dude, like, it would be...
I would go nuts.
You would hate it. You'd be like, this is not fun. I don't like this. Fuck this, blah, blah, blah. And... like they made such good decisions everywhere around it. It was fantastic, and the story was incredible and funny and like wholesome all the way through the end, and all the characters are fantastic, and I loved it. It was great. It is, and now it does have the benefit of being the only game that is from this year that I've played, so that I've finished so far, but is firmly at my number one.
It will even if it moves. There's no. I've said this before. Like, there's no way there will be 10 other games better than this one this year. And when it comes to the Game Awards, it's going to get a ton of accolades. So good,
fucking
good
better.
to this team.
Like, this art style, like, and the way that they've done the cell shading and sort of animation art in this game will be timeless. It will always hold up. There will be never a year that you go back to it and go like, meh, it could look better.
It's like a cartoon.
It's going to look great forever.
Yeah,
and the people they got to do the voice acting are not only are they good, but like their chemistry is so good, and they are, like you said, they're so wholesome. Like, they're just all fun to listen to.
Yeah.
So.
I literally, as to steal a line from Alex, there's no notes. I have no notes on that game. Like, you can play that game and know that you're going to get a banger experience all the way through, just fine. And you can buy it. I think it's $30 on Steam. It's $30 on Steam or included with Game Pass. So another win for Game Pass. But I mean, just
it is one of it is so fun. Like I think Preston said it too, right? Like, you cannot play that game without smiling the whole time you're playing.
Yeah, smiling, tapping your foot, nodding your head the entire time. Yeah.
And so. And just so because I know I mentioned it, but it is from Tango Gameworks, but it's from specifically the team that their last game was Evil Within 2, which is an amazing survival horror game. Like, it is one of the best ones.
But a complete 360.
But just like, dude, how do you go from that to this? Like, I don't know, but you crushed it. Like, absolutely crushed it.
Great studio.
So there's that, and then the next game that I'm playing, I have not beaten yet. I'm very close though. I was actually hoping that I would have been able to do it last night, but I didn't. But I am playing the Metroid Prime remake. So that was
I want to touch it.
while we were gone. The Nintendo Direct happened. That on? Switch.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's only out on Switch. You can't play it anywhere else.
I didn't know if it was on like an emulator or something like that. But.
No, I do have that. I do have the in the Prime hack thing. I do have the Metroid Prime, but this remaster is better than that one. Like, I'll just be very clear. Like, it runs incredible, which it should, right? But it does run incredible on this. Like, it is solid. I have not had a single drop of anything. Performance is rock solid all the way through. It looks, they cleaned up Metroid a lot. Like, it if you go back and look what original Metroid Prime looks like, it
can be rough.
It can be rough, and this game cleans this up. I mean, the game still looks, especially when you put yourself in the mind of the GameCube, right? The game looks incredible. Like, Metroid Prime looks amazing, but this brings it up to what your brain remembers it as when you were playing it, which I think is the best thing that a remaster can do.
You want what's weird is, like, on some of these emulators, so playing some of them on the Steam Deck, some of the best looking games, the ones that still hold up, all come from GameCube. And I have emulators for everything on here.
Yeah.
But, like, somehow these GameCube games still look fantastic.
GameCube was cool, man.
Good, man.
It was the last console from Nintendo that I was like into, you know? Like, I like the Switch, don't get me wrong. I'm not one of these like Switch haters. I just think that, like, the GameCube was cooler than the Switch. It's just my opinion. But yeah, it's fantastic. I love it. It's great. It's fun to go back to that game and just, like, I haven't played it since maybe, dude, I don't know.
Did you have the Wii version?
No, because I hate the Wii. it was probably the last time I replayed the game was probably 2011. So it's been a long time since I've revisited it. And the plan was to revisit it on the Steam Deck. But then this came out and I was like, well, I'm just going to do this. And I did, and I'm glad I did it because it's the remaster is fantastic. It actually, my favorite thing about it is that it merges the versions that we never got here in USA. So there's a for the Japanese version and the European version, there's a narrator that goes over some like the bigger story beats like in the game. And it's not that many, so it doesn't break like the immersion, or whatever, but it does bring that in, which is really cool because I've never gotten to see it. So that is fun. I'm like maybe like 3 or 4 power-ups away and I'll have everything. No, 2 power-ups away and I'll have everything. I just need the fire beam and the no, 3. But anyway, I'm almost done with it. I almost have every energy tank already. Like my health is like, I've just been like scraping every single room that I've been going. It's just very satisfying. I love Metroid, especially Metroid Prime. It's great. I'm going to finish that probably before we record next. And then I don't know what I'm going to get into after that. I have some decisions to make, but it's going to be whatever. It's going to be something that's going to be on the Steam Deck because I'm going to be traveling. So I'm going to need to bring something. Maybe the next Trails game. I don't know. I'm going to get into something though, but we'll see.
Trails is always good on an airplane because your battery life will last forever, right?
Yeah. Well,
like,
I'll have my power bank with me too. So
sure, but like if you're doing certain things, like your battery, you just watch it drain. But like Trails, you get like 8 hours.
Yeah.
Like, dumb game on Steam Deck.
Yeah. And then the last thing is something that we all played, and then I'll just hand over everything to you.
Well, you actually
guys.
have 2 things. You have something you and I played, and then you have something that we all played.
Oh, right. Okay, so we did do... we did the Destiny raid with friend of the show, Bumbus. He was nice enough to call in the troops to literally carry Alex and I through the entire experience and shield us from any harm that could have hit us. And
but they not only were they what was great about them is they not only carried us, but they allowed us to be involved. So they didn't like run through every mechanic without us.
They didn't unplug our controllers and then hand them to us. They did let us actually.
They made us have jobs. And it was really good.
Yeah. Yeah, awesome. It was incredibly fun. The raid was very, very well done. It was definitely my favorite.
I was saying, I've never done a raid where I was sent a study guide for this thing. We were sent like this PDF.
I gotta say,
45 pictures on it. With
I told our friend this afterwards, but my hopes were very low when I got sent that sheet. They sent us a list of 27 emblems that we needed to just have in front of us so that we could know what the call outs were.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, when that part happened, I was like, yikes. This is I'm not gonna have fun. This is gonna piss me off. But much to my surprise, they used them in clever ways, and they did not use that many all at a time. So you're usually only dealing with like 4 or 5 at a time, which is not bad. And they use them in fun ways. It's easily the best Destiny raid that I've ever played, which, according to some people, me isn't saying that much, but because I only played a few. But it was very, very good. Very much enjoyed it. Shout out to Bumbus. Shout out to his whole team. It was very, very
had
cool.
One of the best skyboxes that I've seen in that game ever.
Oh, dude, the screenshots that I got from that are immaculate. Yes, it was like Preston, just for they had a so like those pyramid ships or whatever that we've been seeing, right? Like you're seeing some of those off in the distance or whatever, but there's one of the old hive worm gods that's like coming out of the ground with its mouth open, and there's like red lightning shooting out of it and keeping this dude, like the main boss, like platform afloat just by like shooting the lightning at, is very fucking cool.
Very cool.
It was it was awesome. And because I had bought the JoJo Pose emote, they had just put it on there for the little Bright Dust. I didn't actually spend any money, I want to be very clear, but it was the Bright Dust currency or whatever. I was JoJo posing all over that raid is basically what I was. Yeah, that's what I was getting at. My brain went
Yeah, I saw
silent
that.
there for a second. But I was JoJo posing all over that raid and taking photos, so it was fantastic for me. It was great. And then the last thing we all played was we played the Wild Hearts demo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boy, is that just Japanese Monster Hunter. Like, is like just samurai focused.
Yeah. Monster Hunter is very
You should-
Japanese.
I was gonna
by
say you
the
should,
way.
yeah, you should definitely say like Monster Hunter in Japan,
Yeah.
because Monster Hunter is Japanese.
Yeah,
It's like a
yes.
fantastical world.
Yes,
it's
but-
made. It's a very Japanese game made by a Japanese dev team. So.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is it seems like it's made by Western dev team.
This is from the
Yeah.
people who made Neo, which is like an old feudal era sort of like Souls kind of game. And so this is their take on Monster Hunter. And
Or it is just Monster Hunter. Like I don't
Yeah.
know if their take.
Yeah.
If by take you mean like borrowed assets,
they've changed a
then
couple things. They have changed a couple things.
The UI is exactly the same.
Yeah, they have changed a couple things. It's legally distinct.
Sure.
Yeah.
Borderline.
But yeah, it was fun. I had a good time. The main problem with that game is performance. It is rough. Like, so much so that up until this performance patch hits, if you pull up Steam right now, all of the reviews are in the red. It's mostly negative with like a lot of thumbs down. Like when I looked, it was like over 18,000 people just on Steam had been like take the time to put a negative review. Performance was rough. There was so I was playing on PC. You guys were playing on Xbox Series S. On my PC, I would fidelity wise it looked good, like it was fine, but performance was just all over the place. I would have texture pop-ins, like so that I would have like really like muddy looking textures and they would all of a sudden pop in later. I would have sometimes brief moments of 60 FPS, but then it was just jumping everywhere. Like sometimes it would be 30, other times it would be 18, sometimes it would be in the 20s. I think I probably lived that most of that game in the 30 to 22 area, like is when it was bumping around a lot, but it would dip down to 18, 15. I think as low as I saw was 11. There would be like full on like stop hitches. Like I would be running and then it would just be like bop and then keep going. Like it would just completely stop. I know for you guys on your end, the graphic, like the textures were all fucked up and performance was, it from what it sounds like, it was a rock solid 30, but the textures were
sold me.
completely fucked up.
Textures were messed up. You saw me standing on multiple invisible platforms.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
all over the
around.
map.
Yeah.
Yeah, just running into random walls and platforms. Performance was fine. As far as just like, I don't recall missing any dodges or things like that. It just didn't look good. I mean, I shouldn't say that. It didn't look great. It looked like a generation old game.
Like a 360
Not-
game,
Yeah.
It looked
not
older
like-
than World.
which is
Yeah.
2 generations back, but yeah.
Yeah, it did. It looked older than World, which was disappointing because
Yeah.
on the S, if it looked better, if it looked updated along with the performance we got at even 30, it would have been great.
Yeah.
It would have justified maybe $70. It's not justifying $70 now, that's for sure.
No, and we should be noting that at the time of this recording, this coming week is when their big performance patch is supposed to hit. So we'll see. Hopefully, it's improved, right?
But it wasn't. The sad thing is, it wasn't ready. Like with pre-release and other stuff, you should have almost planned for this. But it came out 2 days ago, and it didn't hit day one. So the fact that it's even delayed a week is something happened where they did not see that coming, which is surprising.
I think something happened. So because the pre-release footage that people got looks incredible.
Yeah.
Like, so something happened with the build that pre-release people were playing, and then the early build, and I don't know I want to know, could it have been as simple to just roll that back, right? And go like, hey, let's just release that pre-release one and then maybe address what we were trying to address in a different way, right? Like, I don't know, but who knows? We'll see. But yeah, that is officially everything that I've done since we've last recorded, which is
big week.
Which is too much, but
It was a lot.
yeah.
It was a lot. Preston, do you want to go or do you want me to go?
Sure, I can go because me and Christian did something yesterday, which is we'll start off with something non-gaming, which is a movie.
Oh,
I
sure.
dragged Christian to see another Marvel movie, Ant-Man
You did.
and the Wasp: Quantumania, which is a mouthful, but it was good. No spoilers because Alex hasn't seen it yet, and it's, obviously just came out this weekend. But yeah, it's another Marvel movie. It's not a bad one, and helped wash the bad taste of Thor out of Love and Thunder out of my mouth.
Yeah, Preston looks at me at the end of the movie and he goes, well, I definitely liked this more than Thor. And I was like, and he goes, that's a very low bar I've set for myself. And I go, yeah, you can probably go into any movie ever for the rest of the history of time and be like, well, at least it was better than Thor.
Yeah,
Especially, any Marvel movie for sure.
yeah. But Black Panther was good. It's good enough, but it didn't really didn't wash away the whole funk I had from the Love and Thunder movie. So this one definitely a much better movie, and I mean it's still got it still does do the comedy thing with Marvel, and it tries to take itself seriously, and then someone has to make a joke. But when your protagonist is Paul Rudd, I mean you kind of expect that fucking gonna happen. You're not gonna have Paul Rudd be in there and not be funny. So, yeah, Jonathan Majors, fucking phenomenal as Kang. Didn't crack any jokes in a Marvel sense, everything like that. He did a fantastic job as a villain. Yeah, can't wait to see what they do more with him. And yeah,
What's the reason then? What do you think? Audiences like it. It's 84% audience, but it's 48% critics.
Can I-
out of
Critics-
300
Can I
reviews.
tell you?
Yeah.
I think it's burnout.
yeah, it's just the same
when,
Marvel.
when we
formula.
were walking away, I was talking to Alexa about this because I had this thought after Preston and I had already parted ways. But there's only so many times that I think people can go into a movie with the exact same setup as every other movie that's come before it. And the way that I say that is, you have a villain, and they are built up to be the nastiest of nasty dudes. They have conquered countless civilizations. They never stop winning. All they do is kill people. They're super, super bad. You have to believe me. They're super, super bad. And you spend basically an hour and 45 minutes hearing how bad they are and how bad it is. And then it takes whoever the hero is of that particular movie right around the area of 15 minutes just to clean it all up and be done. And it just doesn't make it. One, it just doesn't make any sense. From a plot perspective, it's something would have been happening here. Whatever. But that formula has followed them through basically everything, with a few notable exceptions, right? There's some and so how do you fix it? I don't know. You have to do something different. You have to maybe make them longer, or not even longer as in just a longer runtime, but maybe spread them out through multiple movies so that you can give more exposition and more time and more stories to build up and do certain
Maybe if you weren't
things.
scared to kill people off for real, and not
Maybe
bring
if you
them
weren't
back in
scared to
random
kill
ways.
people off,
Yeah.
it could be plenty of that, right? There's so many different things that you could try to do. I don't know that. Yeah, I don't make movies, so I don't know what the answer is, but it's just burnout. I literally, when we left, it was just Preston saying that is exactly how it's just you come out and you go, yep, that was another Marvel movie.
Yep. It's the same thing. I mean, it's just kind of the same process as the Marvel formula, right? We've mentioned it before. It's the same thing for the most part. I mean, you can add different characters in. They can kind of season it and flavor it a little bit differently. But it's the same, chicken and rice. It's just you just flavored it differently this time. So, you still got that big final battle at the end. You got, the slow beginning. But this one, to be fair, kind of started off pretty quickly. But there's a lot of exposition explaining the whole world.
I mean, it's the
and things like
third,
that.
right? So it should go kind of quick.
Yeah, I mean, the whole thing is that the only thing that took long, it was we got to explain the quantum realm and why this one has people and stuff in it, and aliens and stuff like this nature. Like, because last time it was a place that you couldn't even breathe in until a certain point. So this is apparently a deeper part of the quantum realm where beings can live and shit like that. And
it's part of the multiverse.
Kang's down there, part of the multiverse, and yeah, it's
just one of those things where, and now everybody who's listening to this can take this with a grain of salt, because I am by no means like a cinema, buff or whatever. Like, I don't really give a shit, but like, I would watch something like Bullet Train like 3,000 times in a row instead of watching another Marvel movie, because I know what's going to happen in the Marvel movie.
Yeah, it's like,
right? Like,
is the hero gonna win? Yeah, the hero's gonna fucking win.
Yeah, like if yes, essentially, like, I know what's gonna happen. Like, it's just, but not just like, I know the hero's gonna win, which is fine. I don't like, I can go in. It's okay for me knowing that a hero is going to win a story. Like, I don't mind, right? Like, if I go
Batman's not gonna die at the end of a Batman movie.
Right, like, I'm fine with that, right? Like, it doesn't. Not everything needs to be some like fake, dark, edgy thing where like, well, we kill our people around here. Like, it's not. That doesn't make a good story. It just makes you think that you're edgy. But like, I think what you do in the middle matters, or in for the rest of the story. But if I can plan out like everything that's about to happen, and be like all the different story beats, and know like by this point in the movie, this person, like, the battle will be here, they'll have won by here, and then there will be the funny thing here interspersed and all this other stuff. That's a problem. Like, you need to be able to still surprise your audience. Like, they shouldn't just go in and be like, yep,
yeah,
and then leave. Mm-hmm. But I think from a critic's perspective, they're probably just done. Like,
yeah, I mean, the way I see it with Marvel is that this is just like another like way for them to push the overall arcing plot, which is the whole Kang thing, because Kang Dynasty is a known movie that's happening soon. Secret Wars is happening, which is a whole like multiversal like kind of conjuncture where like different Spider-Man and all sorts of shit like happen. Like, all the heroes kind of come together and they're fighting for their own universes. So like, to me, like, it was just like hey, we're gonna make another Ant-Man the Wasp movie. It's really just gonna kind of push this whole Kang arc through and kind of give us a stepping stone through it. And then we'll add like, MODOK and some other fun stuff in here and there. Bill Murray will show up, whatever, and we'll have some fun with it. But yeah, it's literally just a stepping stone. There's nothing super special about it. You get a couple laughs, a couple giggles here and there. There's some pretty cool, fun fight scenes. I mean, I'll give it that. I mean, and not to mention like the world. This movie is 95% in the quantum realm, so it's all CG backgrounds, very pretty,
Yep.
very, very good graphics, like a lot of CG happening in there. I wish there was more like prosthetics and like live action stuff as far as
I
the
agree.
characters.
That was going to be my thing too.
As far as the characters, I mean, I don't mind that being the background.
CGI's too cheap anymore.
Well, you can't have a dude with like a spotlight on his head that shoots out laser beams and have that be like prosthetic and look good.
Yeah.
But to be fair, you probably actually could. The big clicker, the bloater in the Last of Us episode, he was all real. Like, he wasn't CG at all. I mean, maybe it was CG his mouth, but that'd be about it.
You have to hire a whole lot more people and have to get a whole lot more material to do all that stuff. So when you're talking Marvel movie, it's way cheaper just to freaking computer generate.
Especially since Marvel/Disney owns like 15,000 studios as far as that can do that work for them too. So
yeah,
that helps.
They do.
But yeah, no, it's another Marvel movie. It's good. It's not a bad Marvel movie, put it that way. And if you want to see where that shit's going, feel free to watch this one. It's a decent movie. We went to go see it at a new theater near Christian, and a very nice theater. Has a very I haven't been to the Alamo House, but has that very kind of vibe to it, to where it's not necessarily it's recliners, but like they don't have like the feet that pull up. They kind of just let you like lean back in it, and they have like little tables in front of you where you can get a QR code to order food. Very nice and spaced out.
Everybody's very quiet.
Looks like except for the couple in front of us, but yeah. Everyone else is very
he
quiet.
laughed. He laughed.
Well, he laughed, but no, him and his
Always
wife were talking the entire fucking movie.
Oh, were they? I didn't hear him.
Well, good. I'm happy.
Always one.
I know, there's always somebody, but yeah.
I hate going to movies. I hate that nobody knows how to interact socially anymore without making it about them.
The nice thing about it was that like there's like a little starry sky that they do like above like on the things. So they put like the lights, but then they have like little shooting stars that go across,
every once in a while.
like,
Just go across it. Yeah.
Every once in a while you're watching. It was kind of nice. It was a cool.
And that's what
cool
lights up the theater too.
It.
So it's a nice ambient lighting too. Yeah, it's really good.
I agree though. I would always watch a movie in my house before that.
Every movie.
But I hate people. So
Fair enough.
Yeah, well,
I argue
because,
out.
again, nobody takes into consideration what their effect is doing on anybody else. Like, we could all go out and enjoy a social time without a big scene, but like, there's always that one person that
The main character.
And I don't want to be that
character.
guy who's going to yell at that one person because then they might get pissed off and cause even more of a scene, and it's just going to make it worse. And I'm like, what I'll do is I might say something at the end, like when the movie's over, but that'd be about the last part of it. All right, but yeah, it's Quantum Mania. It's good. Marvel movie, whatever. I did watch one more thing as far as new, outside of my usual watchings, which is I started the show Shrinking. Have you guys ever heard of Shrinking?
Nope.
Yeah, I haven't
you
watched
should.
it.
Yeah, it's an
I have it
Apple
on my.
show.
Yeah, so I have it on my up next.
Yep.
We just have to.
It's a Bill Lawrence show. So Ted Lasso, Scrubs, Man. Yeah, his new show on Apple TV. It's got, I can't really keep forgetting his name, Jason Segel. So it's got a lot of fun, got a lot of heart to it. It can also be kind of sad and depressing here and there. But I mean, I've enjoyed the couple episodes that I've been watching. Jason Segel is Shrink. He loses his wife in a car accident, and he's kind of just, he's a shrink who's dealing with his own mental issues, and he also has a daughter who he's kind of been, passively ignoring because he's dealing with his own shit, but doesn't realize that she's also dealing with her shit. The neighbor is played by Krista Miller, who is Bill Lawrence's wife. If you watched the Drew Carey show, you know who she is, or Scrubs for that matter. And then Harrison Ford's in this too. He plays like the main therapist at the company, and he's Harrison Ford is a very funny man when written properly. So it's been a pretty very enjoyable show. I'm hoping to get back into it soon. I just had a lot to catch up on because for those of you who don't know, I'm not going to get into it. I'm just going to kind of mention it so that way you know why we didn't do a Witcher Wednesday and we had a whole week off from the podcast. Preston, I guess, was on a vacation at the hospital for the better part of a week. So I'm not going to get into details. I'll say that I am fine, much better. Don't worry about me. But I do apologize for being out and then not having stuff for you guys to listen to and watch. But we're back into it, which leads me into my gaming section, which is we started Witcher Wednesdays back up, and we did the Battle of Kaer Morhen. Right?
You did.
Kaer Morhen? Yeah, Kaer Morhen.
Yeah.
And I did good. Only one person died, but I think he's supposed to die.
He is. Yep.
Okay, all right. So I didn't think I fucked up.
Could
you fuck
the
up?
funeral?
Funeral was, I mean, it's fairly sad. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
He's kind
So you-
Listen, though, there was
so-
one point where he's sitting there, the guy, and spoiler for those who don't know, but Vesemir dies in the in that battle, and somebody who was upset about him dying or whatever, and Preston goes, "You barely knew him."
I don't know
upset that this person was sad. And I was like, bro, just let them have their moment.
So you have a choice there, at the end with Ciri, right? Because Ciri's taking it pretty hard. She was close to Vesemir.
Sure.
What was your choice and decision?
It depends on the choices because there's two choices I had. One was to either go after her to trying to make her feel better, which of course the elf guy just stops you anyways. So that was my choice to go help her. And then the other one was you're gonna go off to kill one of the Wild Hunt guys because he's supposed to be at this kind of festival or whatever.
Yeah.
I forget what it's called, ceremony. And then so I'm taking her to that ceremony, but there was an option to. Are we going to visit her dad beforehand, which was a part of the job, or are we just going to say fuck him and just go off to the ceremony? I'm sitting there and I'm like, guys, I don't know what I should pick. It is
I
my
didn't tell
job.
a single thing.
Yeah, and no one said anything. I'm sitting there for
Sure.
I'm giving one more minute if anyone has anything they want to suggest to me. And then I'm sitting there well, it is her father, but also he's a complete dickbag and a piece of shit. And if he tries to capture her while we're there, I'm gonna be really pissed off. And I was talking to her and okay, well, it's up to you. And she's like, no, I want your opinion. I'm like, fuck. All right, well, I did promise him I would bring you back. Didn't tell him I would give him to you. I just said I would bring you back to him, as far as to talk or whatever. So we went back there to talk, and I'm like, it's up to you what you want to do. I mean, obviously she's not gonna stay.
He tried to pay Preston. He denied the coin.
I denied the coin.
Okay.
So you have already split from what Alex's decision was because he took the money.
Jesus,
That's not true.
You did.
No, that's not true. There's a decision before that. So when she walks off, you're at the funeral, she walks off. You had a choice to stop her before she walked off by having a snowball fight, or you let her go.
Nope. This is why I know that you are misremembering what you've done, because that is not at all what happens. The snowball fight is a training thing and a flashback to when she's like.
Oh, is it? No,
she's
it's
a teen. Yeah, no, and it is.
but
way
it's
before
during
that.
the funeral.
No, it is not.
Are you sure? Okay.
Yes.
No, I promise you I did not take the money in that. I only missed 2 decisions in
Because I remember you saying that you took the money, and then you were like, "Well, I don't
Nope.
understand why she would get
No.
upset about that." Because it'd be like, "Yo, you and me, girl, we can use this money."
No, that's not true. You're misremembering. I only missed 2 decisions in that messed my ending up. One was the flashback one, and then the other was the I don't know.
I wish I could go back to the text message thread, because I feel like I remember you when we looked back. It was like every decision that you made was the bad one.
I know I missed 2, and I can tell you, I don't know. I don't want to say the second one because I don't know if he's at that
Yeah,
part.
don't say anything else. I think the only other thing that I know is that I believe Preston missed the temper tantrum scene.
Okay, that was the one I missed.
Yeah, I think he missed. No, well, he didn't miss it as in like he didn't make the right decision. I think that he
Skipped it.
Like, yeah, I think that the item that you're supposed to look at, I think is optional, and so he missed the whole scene.
Okay. I'm excited. To see how this goes. Because it's not a good and a bad. You actually have 3 endings to choose from. So I'm interested
What
to see
Christian
which
says
ending
is
you
there's a
get.
bad one.
And
No,
2 are good.
There is, but there's one that's like the best option. There's one that's like, okay, it is what it is. Like everybody's okay, nobody's happy, and then there's the bad one.
All right, there's good,
in
passive,
my
and then
opinion,
bad.
there's 2 good ones, because you can take or leave both. Like, they're fine. Two good ones, and one is just ultra horrible. There is no way to see
But
it.
Probably
that
have to
way.
be pure renegade at that point.
There's 3 endings, so it's not like you're just trying to get like I'm either gonna get good or I'm gonna get bad.
Yeah.
Like, there's a middle one too.
Sure.
But Alex is still, to this day, the only human being that I know that organically got the bad one.
Organically. But yeah,
You shouldn't have much left though.
no,
You
yeah,
should
Christian
go
was
see it.
saying only like
He's
what,
got
6
he's
missions?
got 6 missions
Yeah.
left. Yep.
Okay. 6 before the final battle, or is that including the final battle?
Including the final battle.
Yeah. So you don't have much.
I think I might go back to that blacksmith to try to figure out what piece I needed for that. I think it's the steel sword from the Witcher movie, which would probably be badass. So I kind of want to get that too. I might. Just
No,
do that as a
you're
side
missing the
thing.
silver one.
Silver one. Okay, so yeah, they're missing one of them, but he has. I just need there's one item that I need to go find and hunt down, but you can look that up later.
Don't worry about it.
I don't know that you
DLC that will add another weapon with the next.
I don't know that you
Those
can,
The
only
Witcher.
because after the Kaer Morhen thing, you're kind of locked. You might have a minute to go run around, but you might
Okay,
be
but you're
just
kind
locked
of on
in.
you're
you might be railroaded.
Yeah, the path.
Fair
Yeah.
enough. I mean, I'm fine with that. But yeah,
Yeah, 'cause
no,
the ending's good. Like the path to the end is fun.
cool. So yeah, no, right now we're just kind of outside. I talked to the weird witch lady, and I jumped down into the water to get her coin, and I'm going with Ciri into the ceremony. So we'll see how that goes. That's where I stopped last time.
You're playing the next gen update, yeah?
Yeah, looks fucking phenomenal.
It's. I mean, we didn't talk about this. I don't think. I think Jake and I talked about this when we were playing Halo one day, just the 2 of us, that Christian decided not to join us for.
Oh, I remember.
So, did you guys? You saw the hoopla with the next gen update adding community mods?
The vagina mod.
Yeah. And like,
No,
giving,
what?
Did you not see this? Okay, so
God,
In-
fucking virgins, go outside.
to make an attempt to make the update process easier, the CD Projekt Red team took some of the biggest community mods and just like auto uploaded them into the game for like high textures and other things. But one of those that they accidentally missed was to the Crones and the Bruxas and other things realistic vaginas.
Ugh.
Instead of just like the Barbie doll like line, right? And landing strip or whatever that they typily do.
And the landing strip.
And they missed. I mean, because that's what it is. That's what all games are, right? But they just inadvertently missed
Not
it.
all games do that. Yeah, most games just decide not to put somebody's vagina on the screen.
No, but you know what I'm talking about. Games that like
Yes, if
typically
they're gonna
will
show
include
somebody
some sort of
naked,
sex.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is. But yeah, they inadvertently missed it. So the Crones and stuff, like realistic vagina, very detailed in 4K, And they came out and they're like, oh, our bad. And there wasn't like a our bad, let's patch that now. They're just like, oh, we didn't realize that was included in the community mod. Which this game is a kind of liberal with that stuff anyway. I mean, it's Polish, different cultures. I get it. Like this company already adds a little bit more nudity and stuff in their games as is.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
No.
But they were they're just like, I mean, we'll fix it. Eventually.
My statement stands. You fucking virgins, go outside and touch some grass. You fucking weirdos. Like, who is sitting there in their house and then being like, you know what The Witcher 3 needs? Like, it's a fantastic game. But you know what could really take it up to this next level is if I really make it so that these people have some realistic vagina. Like, fucking, you're so weird. You're so weird.
Especially with going with the crones and stuff like that. It's like, that's unnecessary.
Yes.
Well, but it's not. It's the crones when they're in their like.
Oh, the youthful
beauty
stages.
Yes.
Form. Yeah, before they turn.
Tyler Preston's like, I gave to a bunch of fucking ugly chicks. Weird.
They're not just ugly. They're like bad.
They're crones.
They're bad.
They're
Yeah.
crones.
They're bad.
No, just
But yeah, no. If you
get a fucking
if you would
hobby.
notice the title of the next Castle Super Beast episode, it's called "Coochie Credit Denied" because that modder got a little bit upset because he didn't get paid for his mod being in the game.
Oh, that's true. Because it was a paid mod, so it was. I'm sure it was only like a couple of bucks, but still, like it was. Again, I'm not going to talk on the culture of quote unquote gamers, but like it was one of the top paid mods, so he made
I'm surprised.
I know, that's what I mean. So he made a shit ton of money, so he was pissed that it just got included with a lot of these other like mods. And didn't
Fucking
get paid
loser.
For it. To be fair,
No.
yes.
No.
To be fair, if you were a creator and you were making money,
Creator. Oh my god.
no, you know what I'm saying though. If you were making money originally and then they just took that and put it in, like regardless of what you made, you would be pissed too.
Yeah, because now they don't have to pay for your shit.
So, not to say that, like, there was...
He stole my fucking vaginas, man.
Yeah, not to say there's warrant behind making the mod, because there's not.
Yeah, you also wouldn't have been able to make...
If you did something, I would be pissed if somebody took the mod, because, you know...
And also, it was an act. They clearly didn't mean to do it on purpose. Like,
sure.
If they had the choice, they wouldn't have included your weird, fucking, lonely, sad mod anyway. So,
100%.
Maybe just be happy that you are getting the exposure that you would have never gotten otherwise. So now, a bunch of other neckbeards are going to go buy your mod anyway, just to support the creator.
No, they don't have to, because it's included. So
because it's going to get taken out, and they're going to go buy it because they're going to be upset. You know, I'm sorry, but this dude is going to see infinitely more sales for his little weird vagina mod that he ever will ever in the history of forever, and it'll probably fund him enough to go do it to a bunch of other games that don't need it. So
look, I don't the
I know you
reasons
have
for making
a whole screenshot folder. I know it's okay.
Reasons for making aside, if you made it and were getting paid, and then a larger company took it, I understand being pissed. I get it. I'm able to compartmentalize those two things. I completely understand.
Oh, yes, with your brain being so big, yes.
Yeah.
I know.
No, there's just not a blatant black and white answer to it.
I think that dude should just get over it. It was clearly a mistake. Sure. And they're going to rectify it too.
They will, but it depends on how much money. If you were making $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 off of that,
bro, you are not making. No, you are out of your mind. He is not making that much money. You have to. One. The biggest.
If it's $5 a pop, how many times has it been downloaded?
You have to you have to be. It's a percentage of a percentage point. Like the biggest
30%.
The biggest selling platforms of that game were consoles by the widest margin possible. Like, and you had it on PlayStation, you had it on 360. Then I think a Switch version came out. So you have to specifically have the PC version, and then not only you also have to you have to cut in and at least cut in half the PC install base, because then it has to be somebody who is looking through mods, and then has to be somebody who is going through mods and looking specifically for nude mods to make things more realistic.
Which in that community is probably everyone.
No,
know it.
No,
you
own the game on PC. Do you have the mod installed?
I don't own the game on PC.
You do own the game on PC. No, you have it on Steam.
I guess but I haven't played it on Steam.
Do you have the mod installed?
No, but I haven't played the game.
No, you do not.
No.
And I have it on PC. No, I do not. There is so many people who have that game on PC who play it like regular fucking humans. So do not pretend like everybody in that install base is going out looking for nude mods because they're not.
No, we're research. I want to know the money now. We're researching it.
Go for it. He's not gonna post his sales data.
I know fucking Alexa is back.
All you need is download data or liked data, right? That's all you need, because you could assume a percentage of that. The people that have either left reviews or have liked it would give you a good estimate around download data. If it's $5 a pop, do the math, pretty easy.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, all of that aside, I'd be pissed if I wasn't getting paid.
And at this point in time, that game came out like fucking 7 years ago now or whatever.
Oh yeah, like 2015 or something.
Yeah, you're not making money in 2023. That stream dried up a long time ago. You're probably needing to go put vaginas in new games now.
He probably has.
Yeah,
he probably has.
He probably
I'm sure
has.
he made it.
I'm sure his Witcher revenue is probably dried up right now.
He ported it over to Cyberpunk. I would almost guarantee it.
They're already in there, I think.
No, nobody. Again, every game developer that includes this stuff does the typical like Barbie, because it's the easiest way to. I guess if you're gonna even include it, it's the easiest way to not get some sort of ridiculous rating, right?
Sure.
Because if you did anything more realistic, you're gonna be over. You're going to be an AO rating, and that's not going to get sold or passed. No.
All right. Either way, moving on to something more wholesome.
Please continue with your week.
I got the 2 other games and then 1 other game I did by myself. So obviously we played Wild Hearts together. I don't want to go too much in on that, other than I'm not convinced that I'll buy that just yet. If these 2 get it, I might be a little bit more convinced, but it's another Monster Hunter. It's not as good as Monster Hunter. It doesn't look as good as Monster Hunter. It doesn't play as good as Monster Hunter. But it is another one of those games, and it would be fun to play with friends, but if I don't have friends to play that, I ain't fucking playing that game.
I would be down. I don't know.
But man, I mean,
that $70 price tag is a tough one. I would be down to get it, but you're gonna have to do a lot of work.
It's crossplay, right?
Graphics and other stuff.
It is crossplay.
Is it crossplay with, like, I could play with you guys? Is it on PS5?
It's on PS5. It's on on Xbox.
Then I will fucking GameFly it if you guys buy it.
Yeah, and it's on.
That's as far as I will go. I will not pay that much if it's on.
I don't know
PS5
how the PS5 version is either, to be honest.
I mean, it's probably the same as. I mean, it might be a little bit better than the Xbox One S.
It's definitely better than the Series S. Yes,
yeah, it's probably better than the Series S, but still, like, at least I won't have to pay a full $60-$70 for it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's as far as I went with it. I thought it was kind of lame that they didn't start you out with all the weapons, especially with this. It was a demo. That's the one thing I kind of didn't like about it. I think it's interesting how they do in the weapon upgrade system. I'm curious to see how that goes. Actually. I think that's a very cool idea. I'm curious to see how that would kind of pan out. But yeah, it was very sad because, Alex didn't get his sweet, claw glaives, if you will.
Yeah, that was a dumb decision.
I got my hunting arrow. So, I mean, that hunting bow was already there. So, but either way, it's, if we were looking at all the weapons, we're kind of like, oh, I'm going to choose this weapon. I might try this weapon out. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, only half the weapons are here, and then you have to progress through the story or whatever to unlock the rest of them. Like, that's kind of shit.
I don't understand if that was a demo thing or what. Like, because
that's
the game.
That's the game.
It's an early access trial, but you're getting it's the game, like the game, and you just had a 10-hour time limit.
Yeah.
So
right.
Or you get to the gates of something, and
right. So the idea would be that you would be playing it on the platform that you would want your save to continue on. I think the better question is I think that's not smart design. I think you should have just given you shouldn't have left some of those weapons as unlocks. You should have just given everybody the choice to play all of the weapons from the start, and then that's just how it is.
You're already grinding for gear. Like, that is in those games.
Yeah.
The game is the gear grind. So, like, why are you going to force me to play a weapon I don't want to learn how to play? Like, you're going to learn how to play it along the way, if that was the case, to then, like, just switch everything up.
And who knows? The other weapons might be just on the other side of that city. Like, as soon as you hit the city, you might just get them.
Maybe. Yeah.
So it could be very early on. I don't know, but I just think that it doesn't make sense to, like,
not
do
to
that
mention
to
they start everyone out with the samurai katana. So, like, it's
Well, that and the tutorial I get, because the Monster Hunter does the
sure.
same thing. If you play the tutorial, you get the sword and shield.
Oh,
and
yeah, I forgot.
Yeah.
True. That's
Yeah.
true. I just haven't played a tutorial for Monster Hunter for a while. All right, and then obviously Hi-Fi Rush. I won't go too much into it because Christian talked about it. He pretty much said the same things that I'll be saying about it. I have not finished it. I am at, I think her name is Corsica. She's the one who doesn't have robot appendages, and she just memorizes her password, so I can't just so I have to convince her to give it to me. I am on my way up, if you will. It says, I'm at the part to where, we just have to follow the path up to her office, and then I'll be beating her. Can't say too much that hasn't already been said. Fantastic game. Enjoying it. I think the other night, because I haven't had a lot of time to play, like I said, for the week, but it was not last night, but the night before. I'm like, okay, I got 45 minutes to an hour. I'm like, I'll play just a little bit of it, and I'll go to bed because I don't want to go to bed now, but I do want to I want to play a game because I haven't played a game all fucking week. So I jumped into it and I spent an hour and a half because I was having just so much fucking fun. I got to the part to where it was that platform that's going down towards level 2 or bay 2 or whatever. Yep. And it's just, enemies are coming in, you're dodging shit that's coming in onto the platforms. It was just so much fucking fun.
Yeah, it's good.
And then getting back into it, getting back into the combos and figure out the specials and things like that. Since I haven't played it for a while, it was easy to get back on. It was easy to kind of just get back into it and get back into the swing of things. And then last game I've been playing, I am still into Marvel Snap more than I was even so last week. That is a really fucking fun card game. I finally got to the point where my level is now to a point to where I'm kind of matching with people who are kind of my skill set and have the same kind of card variety as I do. So it's been really interesting to see the kind of combos I can make with certain cards. Because obviously, some cards like Wolverine, if you somehow destroy the card, he just comes right back and he comes twice as powerful, or he gets more power. So you have some cards that destroy other cards, like Deathlock, or I think his name is, to where if you play him, he'll destroy all the cards in that area that are your cards. So if you got Wolverine there, if you got Apocalypse there, because if you could kill Apocalypse, he comes back with a whole bunch more power too. So there's things of that nature. One of my favorite cards right now is Spider-Woman. To where she's super high power as far as you drop her in there. She gives me 7 power points, which is pretty high for a level 5 especially. And then whoever I have on the opposite lane, as far as my my opposing card guys, she takes them all down 1 or 2 power points. So if they have 4 cards up there, that's 4 power points that they lose. And that's a good game changer right there at the very end. The lanes that are changed are different. They kind of switch them up with the season pass and the weeks what's happening. It's right now, obviously, it's Ant-Man, the Wasp, Quantumanium kind of stuff. So it's MODOK, Ant-Man kind of stuff. There's one lane that's supposed to be it's called the Throne. So it's Thanos' throne, to where you can only put 1 card there instead of you can't put 4 cards total. There's another spot to where if you only have 1 card there, you get plus 5 power to your card. But if you put another card there, it just goes back to a normal area. There's Danger Room, which means that you have 25% of that thing just fucking killing one of your cards, which I thought was pretty fun. But yeah, it's a really fun game, man. I've been enjoying a whole hell of a lot. I usually play it during my breaks at work. I'll play a couple matches before I go to bed. I usually play a couple matches right before I get out of bed. And it's just, after that, I don't play that game usually. I'll play Hi-Fi Rush. I'll play something else if it's in the middle of the day and I got plenty of time. But it's a good time waster. It's good time waster as far as I don't feel like I'm wasting time. I don't feel like I need to spend money on it, which is nice. I did put $3 down. There's a welcome pack towards $3. You get 700 gold, which usually costs $10. They give you a Captain America variant card and a Captain America kind of thing. But it's just mostly you get it for the gold because you could spend $10 to get that 700 gold, or you pay for the welcome pack, which is $3-4. I'm okay, I've been enjoying this a lot, and I'll go ahead and just give you $3-4 as far as a thank you for me.
That's how that begins. That's what those companies always do.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the nice thing is they don't have booster packs or anything like that. So I mean, there's every week they have cards that you can buy. So they have 6 cards. Okay, these are the 3 cards or 2-3 cards that you can buy this week. They're usually theme based. So for example, it's Valentine's Day, so you got Scarlet Witch and you have Vision and you have Daredevil and Elektra you can buy this week. Or if you keep on playing the pass, and I'm not even paying for the pass. So the pass that the things that are free are just your mystery cards, your credits, things of that nature that are just your average. As you level up, you get those things. But if you pay for the pass, which I think is $10-15, you could unlock cards that you go through there as like MODOK, an Ant-Man variation, Wasp variant. And there's things you can unlock as you got to go through there. But for the most part, like I don't feel like I need those. But if I did, I could at any point I could pay for that pass, and I've already unlocked to a certain point, and it'll just give me everything that I've unlocked already. Otherwise, I get all the kind of basic stuff out of it. But I've been getting cards like back and forth, like nonstop. I've been upgrading those cards, get more cards. It's a very fulfilling, it's a very pleasing progression system, which I'm very surprised about because I thought they were going to run this into the ground by making me feel like if you really want to get into the minutia of it, you should probably start paying some money for it. But no, I'm making gold. Like I'm getting enough gold to where if I play for the week, I can probably buy a card by the end of the week if I really want to buy a card. But I'm getting so many cards, I don't really feel like I need to. Unless, like, I guarantee you, if Peach Momoko's variants pop up, which I know she did some, I might think about it. But I have enough gold if I want to. I have enough gold already sitting around. I'm not using it.
You don't have to sell it to us.
Yeah,
I'm not. I'm just saying, like, as far as it's not.
You're definitely.
You're not going to play it. I'm expecting you guys to play a fucking phone game.
No. I'm saying you're trying to. You're giving us the hard sell as to why it is okay that you engage with the microtransactions. Preston, you can buy whatever you want to buy.
Oh no! I mean, like you're talking about Destiny. Like I'm not putting money towards that.
Well, first of all, I didn't put any money into Destiny, but
I did because I wanted that Ghostbuster emote really fucking badly. Hey, I can shoot one of those like proton packs. It looks really cool.
Hey, man,
it doesn't go very far. I wanted that. It was a Halloween, and Halloween was almost done that day. I'm like, I really want that. I really want that. And guess what? I haven't played Destiny since. So, yeah, put my money's worth.
True.
I might put it back in. Who knows? But other than that's been my week. That's it, Alex. What have you done this week?
I mean, we said two of them, right? Played Destiny, played Wild Hearts. Since we talked last, I beat Ocarina of Time, 100% of that game, and at like record pace. Just because when you play it, when you're this much older, that
record pace for you.
Easier.
Oh yeah, it's much easier.
Oh, I mean, I didn't speed run it, but like, yeah, I beat the whole game very, very.
Well, not to mention you've beat it before, so like you're not sitting there beating your head against the wall in the water temple.
Yep, knew exactly what to do, rolled through it super quick. Beyond that, I've played Final Fantasy XIV. Christian and I have been playing some of that, had a lot of fun engaging with, I don't know, a mechanic that...
The treasure map dungeons.
Yeah, a mechanic we didn't really know about until a year or so ago, but has been around since like day one, and just more content we've never
been around since,
really.
I think it's been around since Stormblood. They added it in Stormblood, I think.
Yeah, so second patch after Heavensward?
Third expand.
No, it was in Heavensward because I got Heavensward level treasure maps when I was mining.
You can get so treasure maps have been around forever, but the treasure map dungeons are separate. I think is Stormblood.
So, but we had a lot of fun playing that. Otherwise, I've played Inshin, so Like a Dragon.
Nice.
Inshin.
That's the newer. Oh, it's a remake of a newer one, but it's a new release.
It's a remake of a 2014 game, New to the West.
New to the West.
Yeah. Released recently. Yeah. Here.
Yep, and new to everybody here, which is cool. Yeah. So
for new to people who weren't psychos and tried to import it and then get around the region locking of their PlayStation. Yeah.
Which I'm sure was a very small percentage of people that ever tried to do. So, yes. But yeah, it's new to us. It's very, very cool. So it still keeps a lot of the Yakuza Like a Dragon beats with like just the way the game feels, the way the game plays. I mean, 2014 is not that old. Witcher came out in 2015 or 2016, right? But the scenery is like 1850s Japan, so it's very different. But it feels very good. It looks fantastic. Like
all the faces are from characters that they're not them, but they are faces that you know. So there's like Majima and his brother, and then you have Kiryu's face, and all the faces are people that you recognize from the game, but they're not those people.
And they're all stand-ins for like historical figures, real people that existed to tell this fictional story, which is also really cool. But like the first thing you see when you come into this game is just like this backdrop of Kyoto and Kyoto's like castle or Osaka. I think it's actually Osaka's castle because Osaka is south of Kyoto. Yeah. But it shows the castle and the trees, and it looks just like it does still today, except some of the buildings around are from the 1800s and stuff. So the immersion is there, just like every RGG game has, which is really cool. Like, you're bought into the world. Haven't made it super, super far into that. And technically it comes out Monday, 21st, I believe, or Tuesday. It's just with the Digital Deluxe, you got a few days pre-access. So it's cool. It's very cool. I'm excited to like play that game. You have 4 stances. You can use your bare fists. You can use a gun. You can use a sword, or you can use a hybrid, which is a gun and a sword, as you're like fighting and moving around. So I'm very excited to kind of try that out. But it's like right around the time of the death of the samurai, right, where they just kind of died out, which is really cool. And then the game I've put
based
the
on
most
Tom
time,
Cruise's The Last.
I was gonna say with Tom Cruise in this one.
Yes. The last game I've probably put more time into than anything else, except maybe Final Fantasy, would be Hogwarts Legacy, which is absolutely fantastic.
I've seen a lot of it. It looks very pretty.
Yeah, I mean, it'll probably be in my top 10 games of the year. We'll see what happens, but like, it is, the scenery is fantastic. The graphics look great. The gameplay is fun. I think they've absolutely nailed things like flying. Like, I've flown in other games in different ways. I don't know that any of them feel as good as like you flying on these brooms and stuff. Just the way you move and the physics and stuff is super good. But even the story is really, really fun for the lore. It's not like any Harry Potter story, it takes place. It also takes place in the 1800s, so it doesn't tie to any Harry Potter movies or anything, which I think was a good decision, right?
Because some name drops, I think. Yeah.
If so, I haven't heard any yet.
Okay.
No, I mean, because again, it's before all Harry Potter stuff.
Oh yeah.
So like. Yeah. You know,
I mean, like actually name names,
movies.
but like locations or stuff like that. You kind of
Oh yeah, sure. I mean, it takes place in Hogwarts and Hogsmeade, and like you pick one of the 4 schools. But they do some really cool integration, which I was impressed with. So back in the day when Harry Potter was huge, everybody created like a Pottermore account if you were a Harry Potter fan, and that was like a little website that was partnered with WB and the release of those movies, and it like put you in a house like through the sorting and like answered questions, and it gave you a wand, and like this is what would be ideal for you, whatever, based on their lore. Well, when you log into this game, it asks you to sign into that account, and all of that stuff that was created however long ago now is imported. So
that's
when
very
it gets,
cool.
Yeah, when it comes time to like be put in a house, that's the one by default, and you can still change it if you want, because you can have up to 4 characters on one console, so you can experience all the houses. They all have different, like they do have different side quests and stuff, but even when it comes time to get your wand, like you go through a bunch of different ones, and eventually you'll end up in like the one that was picked for yours and stuff. So it's a nice touch. It's well done. I did not have my sights set very high on this game before it came out. I thought it was going to be one of those just like, hey, big money grab and little substance. Instead, it's like, hey, big money grab, but it's actually really good. So, good for them. But I've had a blast playing that game. Allie's playing it on Xbox. I've been playing it on Steam Deck. It's fantastic.
Yeah. Seems very perfect for Harry Potter fans. Like, that's the game you guys wanted, for sure.
Yeah. It's funny, too, because, like, it feels a little Assassin's Creed-like.
Definitely has...
To, like,
that makes sense. That's all WB fucking makes. So.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
as in they make Assassin's Creed clones, not Assassin's Creed itself.
Yeah, but it's like the best version of that, because it's toned down version of Assassin's Creed. So like you have less of things. It's still a collectathon in a lot of ways, but you don't have to engage with all of it. The other thing they do that's really cool is like, because there is so much lore, you can walk around and you can kind of like reveal stuff around you, and there's these field guide pages that like tell you more lore and other stuff. You have challenges to get so many, but to complete the challenges is like 1/3 of what exists. So unless you're really just like, I'm gonna 100% everything this game has to offer, you can complete everything they want for you, get all the skills, get all the special items by only collecting like 1/3 of what's out there. So I think that was a good choice. But fighting is fun. I've fighting with a wand, like again, like the flying, it's probably the best version of any of that stuff I've ever experienced. It's well done. It's a well done game.
Nice.
As soon as I saw that it was like basically like a Harry Potter collectathon with a bunch of stuff, I was like, Alex is gonna love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's getting great reviews too. Like it to your point, if you're a Harry Potter fan, because the game itself is a good game. But if you don't like Harry Potter, then you're just not going to care about the story.
I have
It's
seen
not gonna
that.
be for
That's
you.
neat.
That's the part that I've seen be all over the place. The way that some people have described it, I think that it is. If you're a Harry Potter fan, you will love the game. Like there's just a period. That's the end of that sentence. You don't have to worry about it. I think if you're not a Harry Potter fan, you will go all over the place. I've seen some people who say that it's a very good game and you don't have to like Harry Potter to be into it. I have seen other people say if you do not like Harry Potter, they're gonna fucking hate this thing. But I think that it also speaks to somebody's appetite for Assassin's Creed stuff. Like this would not be for me. I would see all of that busy work and be like, pass. I don't want to do it. I'm good. But I also can't bring myself to play Assassin's Creed games either. Like, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's no different than Assassin's Creed or even the latest God of War. Like,
Another game I skipped.
Right, exactly. Exactly. But, like, nobody can critique it based on, like, gameplay, performance, mechanics. Like, it is a tightly made game.
Very solid.
It is just, are you going to be into this world or not? So, yeah. It's good.
Good.
And they're going to make a ton of money off of it. So, again,
hell yeah.
definitely a money grab, but at least it's a pretty one.
Yeah, that's fair.
And that leads into our topic, actually.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, what is it?
So this was a listener topic from our friend of the show, Jake. Also our DM, also one of the co-hosts of the Two World podcast that both of you have at this point.
I know, did you listen? I had a lot of fun with him.
Yeah, it was good.
It was good.
I'm still waiting for Anime Boys to
me.
come back so I can finally be on one of these things. But yeah,
Not so subtle hint, apparently.
I didn't know Jake. So he's like, I know we're bringing it back. And I'm like, bro, I'm just waiting to sit here and talk about. Anyway, so he brought this up. So we've sort of touched on this topic before with a couple different games, but I don't think that there's ever outside of maybe Blizzard, and it's always been tangentially related to whatever our topic was, but it's never been like. So the SNK one is pretty bad too, but that also was just more of a full piece. That wasn't the topic that we set out to do, but this topic is people feeling very weird and uneasy about their purchase of the Wizard game, Harry Potter, Hogwarts Legacy, and it's going across the internet, where there are some people who say that if you purchase the game, you're a horrible human being and you will be spending your rest of your days in fire and brimstone. And there's other people who are being like,
wait, but question, sorry, and not to jump the gun here, is that statement because the creator has come out to be transphobic? Or is that statement from the right wing because this game actually includes a transgender character?
Definitely because the creator of this property is transphobic and is actively actively doing harm to that community today by the money that she spends and the things that she promotes. But
because Fox News did a story on the other side of like how it's
that's fantastic.
I'm sure they did.
Because it includes.
They
did 100%.
No, I'm not surprised at all. Yeah, I'm being serious.
That I think is a thing that happens that happens with most video games. Like that channel is always upset about. So
sure.
And to be honest, that demographic doesn't play fucking video games. So they're just yelling in a room with a door shut by themselves. So like that part's irrelevant.
Just Call of Duty Madden.
Yeah, so, and Jake's ultimate question was wanting to know our opinion on can you play this game and be a good person, or are you a transphobic, enabling piece of shit?
Alex is no, because Alex is a transphobic piece of shit.
Yeah. Hold on. So, before we actually get into it, I do want to make it, I think it is important to say, before we start the topic, that there is a lot of stuff that we're going to talk about in this topic as far as, your personal values and all personal opinion and all that other stuff. But I do want to make it very clear that the property owner of this game, or of this IP, I should say, not of this game, but the property owner of this IP of Harry Potter is 100%, there is no room for discussion, a horrible, horrible human being. She actively makes the lives of trans people worse by the money that she is currently spending today on organizations that are actively trying to make those people's lives worse and horrible. And she says things on the internet that she knows 100% are going to get a rise out of people to piss them off and say hurtful and mean things to somebody. And she does that. She is a bad person. So that is like, I think it's important to state that.
Well, if you're gonna say that, then you also need to state the fact on the opposite side of this dev team and creators of this game also did not work with her in the production of this game.
Correct. Now, but it also should be said that she still does get royalties, and so every copy of this game sold does in fact help her downstream. But
yes, but I don't want to take away from.
No, it's not an indictment of the game. It's not an indictment of the game, but it is something that does need to be said, that she is a bad person, and anything that we talk about in this episode is in no way a endorsement of her or any of her actions or anything that she has ever said or done.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll start because I typically get a lot of shit for my opinion anyway, so who cares? I think there's so much here. I mean, I think we've proven in the past with past topics and other things we've talked about, like we're very supportive of LGBTQIA+ communities, right? With that being said, I do not think anyone who buys this game nor plays this series is a bad person, nor should they be ridiculed by anyone else based on their opinion. History has shown that a creator of an art form or a creator of a story doesn't necessarily have any tie back to their fan base. I mean, like Orson Scott Card, who did Ender's Game and some other stuff. Like Ender's Game is a beloved sci-fi story, and he had many Christian beliefs that were LGBTQ, anti-gay at the time, right? Because it was a long time ago. He had many beliefs that were anti-gay, but I don't think you can't now like this book or like this story because of his thoughts, because A, product of the times, B, it's just, you created a beloved story, people identify with that in different ways. It doesn't mean that you believe those same things, because not all of those beliefs, and I don't think you see that in Harry Potter, like, her beliefs didn't necessarily come through in the media that was created either. It wasn't until way after all of these stories came out, that then she comes out and starts saying like how her money is being used, right? So it's not like she was promoting anti-LGBTQ propaganda through this story.
No.
It wasn't until after the fact. So it's not fair to say that people that fell in love with this lore and with the story also support those views. And
correct.
If you're trying to say like vote with your wallet, I understand that, but which
is something that we brought up during the SNK thing with MBS, right? Like,
we've done it a lot of times. Yeah. We've brought it up with Ubisoft. We brought it up a lot.
The MBS one is one that I think, and we did say vote with your wallet in those moments, especially during the MBS one, because I think in that moment, like that dude is not just in that moment, today is actively, murdering people and doing. I mean, he was responsible
for the dismembering of Jamal Khashoggi,
right? So now that is like, so in those moments we said vote with your wallet. I think that is something that still holds true with anything. Like, you have to define your own personal line, but I agree with you. I think you need to define your own personal line, decide, where that is for you, and then leave it at that. Like, you cannot leave other people alone. Two, anybody who buys this game or plays this game you're not a bad person. Like, you can just buy the game and enjoy the game. Like,
and that's just don't call other people, like, everybody has to make their own decision, but it doesn't, this is my problem, and I see this in a lot of places. We live in a society where you interact with people every day whose beliefs are different than yours. Many of my family have political views that are different than mine. They don't agree with the gay community. They don't agree with the transgender community. They don't agree that their rights are the same. But it doesn't mean you necessarily cancel every person out there. If you got rid of everybody that had opposing beliefs, you would not live in a society that progresses for the better, right? Like, even if you lived in a very progressive world, I don't necessarily know that if everybody lived with the exact same belief, it would be for the better. It's a lot of time opposing opinions that drive positive change, and it's the opposition to bad opinions that help push forward positivity in a lot of senses. And not to say that, like, oh, it's a good thing that we have Nazis out there. That's not what I'm saying at all. However, opposing beliefs aren't a negative. So you can't go around.
I think in general, yeah. I don't think that happens.
On the planet.
I don't think that's the case here, though.
No, but it is, like, the outrage community online, who probably also don't play games at all. The people, the small community of very vocal people that troll the internet to see somebody buying a Harry Potter book or buying a Harry Potter video game so they can scream at you to say you believe these same things. Like, you can't cancel everyone, and that's not a good mentality.
I agree that you cannot say that somebody, like, yes, somebody buying this game is not an indictment of any of their beliefs. I do think the difference, I think, like, I understand what you're saying. I just think that, like, people being upset at J.K. Rowling, like, her beliefs do not help anybody. There is no betterment of society in her particular beliefs that she's putting out. But when we're talking about in the scope of the topic, like, for the people, yes, people who buy this are fine. Like, there's nothing. It is not an indictment. Like, you don't buy this video game and then overnight become a transphobe. Like, that's not. Or you don't, like, pick up the book or read the book and all of a sudden hate trans people. Like, that's not how that goes. Like, you don't. Like, that's not a thing. But I agree with what you're saying. I'm just saying that, yes, like, she does not provide any sort of betterment to society.
But I mean, here's the thing, and don't turn this around. But let me say this, and don't turn this around as a joke, because I'm not joking here. I'm being very, very serious.
I'm not either.
Right? No, but I don't want you to be like, oh, you're out here standing for J.K. Rowling for what I'm about to say, because that's not. I bet you with the millions of dollars she has, she is somewhere, and I don't know her daily life, but I bet you she has done something with that money, whether it's like feed homeless people or like create a shelter or something. I don't know that she has, but I bet you there is some. And my point there is that, again, like, the blanket statement of saying, like, the stuff she does doesn't make people's lives better. Her anti-transgender stuff does not make people's lives better. But you can't cancel out somebody with all that money to say they have. I don't like Elon Musk at all, and I don't support Elon Musk at all. However, like, some of the companies he owns with Tesla attempt to do something better, even though he is a shitty person.
You cannot charitably get out of your problematic behavior. Like, no,
I agree. I agree. But what I'm saying is those opposing opinions, like, the best thing you can do is, again, vote with your morals. And this is what kills me, even when it comes to, like, voting. Like, people don't vote. The best thing you can do if you don't like these people is go vote and get people out and make real change. Screaming on the internet that you and everybody who likes you is a terrible person is not the way to make a positive impact.
Yes, that's fair. Yeah, you can't. Yes, that 100%. It speaks to a lot of the stuff that happens. We're also getting more outside of the topic, but in general, yes, I agree. You cannot scream at people and expect them to hear whatever message it is that you're trying to actually say. It's just going to drive them further into that corner, and that's how we get QAnon weirdos and all this other stuff, with people just feeling like all they've been doing is being screamed at all the time.
Yeah, that's the left's biggest problem. We have such a good message, in my opinion, but a lot of that message is hidden by the over-offended, right? It's the group of people that look for reasons to be offended to yell about it.
However, I do want to say
it makes a lot of us look bad.
In the case of J.K., like, I think that there are people like an Elon Musk, like a J.K. They're not equal in my opinion, but they're different. But
I mean, they're not. They're really not. I mean, honestly,
I just mean like as in
the
like
same freaking way.
But what I mean is like they're different. I'm not putting them on the same thing. Like they're different people. But like,
Yeah.
you whatever good you do does not change the evil and negativity that you put into the world. Like I know for a fact that Chick-fil-A probably feeds homeless people by donating fucking chicken sandwiches here and there randomly. It does not change the fact that they spend millions and millions of dollars trying to lobby to get the right for gay marriage taken away. So like I don't personally, this is my personal opinion, I don't give a shit what nice things you do. It does not weigh out the fact that you've spent more money than most people will see in their lifetimes to erase other people. Like you don't, it doesn't like, it's not like a, oh, well, this makes it better and this makes it okay. Or like, oh yeah, they do this, but at least they do these good things. Like you still are a shit person who, in my opinion, should get their platform taken away. That's just, again, that's me. This now, to be very specific though, this has nothing to do with the video game. Like that is not my opinion. Like people can just play this game and be fine. And I think that there is plenty of ways to do it. Like for me, I am much more interested in what somebody does in real life for problems and social issues that they affect like in real life more than their purchasing habits on what they do in their free time. I'm much more interested in what causes and social issues you show up for in person rather than what book you're reading or what movie you've watched or what game you've played. That I think is mostly irrelevant. Like, I think there's certain exceptions to that, right? Like if I found out somebody was playing that game Hatred that came out for a while that was like, you know, basically people, like just Nazi propaganda, like they had a bunch of stuff in there, then yes, I think you should be ridiculed for that purchase. That's fucking weird. But in general, that is not the case. I think people can buy. I don't even mind when people support current SNK and they buy Samurai Showdown. I get it. Like
they grew up like
you want to play
Showdown.
Sam Show.
Yeah.
You've played Sam Show your whole life, and you just want to enjoy the fighting game that you've enjoyed your whole life. It's fine. Like you're not a bad person. You shouldn't be ridiculed by somebody for making those purchases.
Some things,
and I'm much more interested
you can't
in
stop too. Like some stuff isn't always your fault when you consume, and I know that's a weird thing to say, but like with the way that we are set up in this country and the way that big corporations run a lot of things, and we give them a lot more privacy than we give typical people. Take MBS and the Saudi fund, the Saudi Development Fund, right? Like Saudi Development Fund is the fund that helped fund SNK. They own a stake in that, so that's where the MBS connection came in. But the Saudi Independent Fund or Development Fund also is giving money to that LIV golf tournament. So now if you like golf and you're trying to get away from the PGA, LIV is that other big thing. They also invested in the EPL, like the English Premier. So you like soccer. Sorry, like a lot of the Saudi Development Fund owns that. But you don't always know those things because it's not said out loud. So you can inadvertently consume a lot of that. And that's kind of what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't make you a bad person, right?
No, it's fine. Like that part of the
you don't have time to research everything. It's just impossible.
And that part's true. I think that people who pretend like, you know, I hate when people posture and they're like, you didn't know that blah 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 was a bad person. Where have you been? Under a rock? This is fucking crazy. But it's like, you being indignant about knowledge that you didn't share with anybody else or share with the people around you is more, it says more about you than it does about the other person. Like, so I don't, like, get over yourself. But in general, you should
question them. If you ever hear that, by the way, anybody out there, just ask them who their state senators are. We call it a day.
Yeah, that part too. But that's actually my point, right? Is what I'm getting at is I think a better measure of a person is what they're doing, like what real world things they're showing up for. So for instance, like, were you there showing up for like the, you know, when women were marching about abortion rights to being taken away, right? Or were you showing up during like the Black Lives Matter things? Or were you showing up to vote? Were you showing up for things that you believe? Like all of this stuff. I'm much more interested in what you did in the real world than what you bought and played in your spare time to like relax and like turn your brain off to this fucking hellscape of a world that we have found ourselves in. So like, I think that it is like super irrelevant people's purchasing habits. I think that in this case, just like all the other ones, vote with your wallet still matters. It's still how you should guide yourself, but you have to define what that line is for yourself. Like, it's very easy for me to say and talk about not playing the Harry Potter game because I don't care about Harry Potter. I never have. Like, it's never been my thing. That's not an indictment saying that it's bad. Like, it's just not for me. Like, I didn't grow up in a particular, like, I read maybe the first or second book for school once, and I was like, yep, this seems fine. But it was not like, I've just never been that like I've never been into like a little, like a teen kid wizarding around a school. Like, it's just not my jam. But like it was huge for tons of people. It's clearly a massive property. It still brings in,
I think it's still like one of the top sold books every year, which is crazy.
I'm sure it brings in hundreds of millions of dollars every year, right? Like, there's no that money train isn't stopping anytime soon. So it's clear that people like it in the same way that like Marvel, like you guys know, like Marvel stuff's not my jam either. Like, that's not an indictment on Marvel stuff. It's just not for me. Like, now, but here I am, you know, I have like Dragon Ball Z art cards stuck in my computer, and there's plenty of people who are listening to this who go like, you know, I don't give a shit about Dragon Ball Z. And it's like, yeah, that's fine. Like, you know, people can like what they like. That part's fine. You should vote with your wallet, decide what your own line is. Then, well, no, sorry, I flipped those. Decide what your line is, vote with your wallet inside that line, and then shut up. Like,
let other people be.
Now, and if you have found yourself on the other side, here's my solution to this. I don't know why this isn't brought up more, because it's very simple. If you find yourself in a situation in which you would like to consume media, but you are scared that because of the line that you've created for yourself, you will not be able to do it guilt-free. I'm sure there's plenty of people who want to play this Hogwarts game, but are upset about the fact that they don't want, even downstream, they do not want their money to go to J.K. Rowling, which I think is totally fair. In the same way that I don't want my money to go to MBS, and I certainly don't want my money to go to Blizzard as of right now, right? Like, and that's not something, we've all said that. Like, when we had the SNK topic, Alex, you were very clear, like, and it's easy for you because you don't give a shit about any SNK games, but you were very adamant of do not buy their fucking. But
I'm also pretty good about like what I mentioned with the just Saudi development fund in general. I don't do a lot to support a lot of the things that they,
which is fair, right? Like, and that's easy. Same. Yeah. I don't care about golf, so I don't have to worry about consuming golf. That's going to be problematic.
But like to your point, right? Blizzard, like I actively don't buy Blizzard. I saw where Diablo 4 is coming out with a demo next month. Probably won't play it because currently they're still Blizzard.
Yep, which is totally fine. And now it should be noted that at the time of this recording, there have been many reports that have been coming out of Blizzard about very positive change. And a lot of those people leaving, it still does not, or the bad people getting fired.
Except for Bobby staying even after acquisition.
It still doesn't change the fact that old Bobby Kotick is still there.
Yeah. And according to reports, even if the acquisition goes through, he is still staying on in a lead role.
Up until there's a time limit, but yes, he's over until the merger is complete, and then he's fired. But amicably let go, I think, is the corporate way they're going to do it. But yes, that being said, all that stuff still holds true. But if you have found yourself on the other side of your line and you're like, I want to consume this media, but I am scared I'm not going to be able to do it guilt-free, I have an option for you that is so very simple and so easy to do. There's a little store. I don't know if you've heard of it, but it's called GameStop. You could walk in and you could say, hello, sir or madam. One, I like your stock. And two,
I like your Funkos.
And two, I would like a used copy of whatever video game that you're looking for. And you can buy that used video game knowing full well that when you go home, your money that you have spent has only been used to plug one of many holes in this company and slowly stopped its bleeding for at least another day.
I'll do you an even better. We've mentioned it before. There's this little subscription you can get called GameFly, to where they're already bought those games. Those games are
I think
bought.
you're a crazy person if you go this route, but it is absolutely a subscription service you can purchase.
A used game price for that game to keep it as is. They send you a case and everything. So guess what?
There's only one other person in the world using this subscription, but
hey, you'll have a friend. You'll know.
You will have a friend.
Have a friend.
Keep them afloat. It's fine.
And there will always be someone to answer your forum posts on the GameFly forums. So
helping me feel very morally blessed.
Yeah, but that is options. You can also just take it if you really feel like it. I think that is getting harder and harder with the anti-cheat, especially the one that's on the Harry Potter game. Good luck, because de novo is fucking brutal. But if you really feel like trying it, you can try it. It's just going to break everything in the process, but knock yourself out. But my actual recommendation would be, if you are that worried about it and you really want to consume it, but you don't, and you want to do it guilt-free, there are options. Just go buy a used game and be done. And you can enjoy it completely guilt-free, and it's okay. But also, just like I said, my opinion is that you need to create the line for yourself, vote with your wallet inside that, and then shut up and leave other people alone, because you never want the magnifying glass to be turned on to you and your purchasing decisions, because it's the internet and there will be somebody who has the time and they will go like, I'm positive that somebody somewhere in the design of Dragon Ball Z, and it's only because I'm just looking at it right now, someone has done something problematic.
100%.
Either one of the main character artists, one of the writers, one of the show creators. Like, from what I understand, Toriyama seems like a very nice man. I have no idea what his personal beliefs are, and that's probably because he doesn't fucking talk about them, which is what I think most people should do, is shut the fuck up on social media.
He's a little older man. He's an older Japanese man. He's probably has some troubling opinions, but
who knows?
Especially around the Germans.
He may be a sweet guy too.
And who knows? He could, he couldn't, and I don't know. But what I will say is that
he's not putting millions of dollars.
I am not all of a sudden going to retroactively burn everything that I have Dragon Ball Z related and set it on fire if he does say something bad.
Yeah, I still got all my old Blizzard games.
Because what I'm not going to do is it will probably inform what I do going forward.
Sure.
But it is not going to be like, I'm not going to sit there and be like, oh my God, I have to delete all of Dragon Ball Z from my head because Toriyama said something. But like, it's like, for instance, people think about this. There's like, people do this all the time. The creator of Dragon Quest is a horrible, horrible human being. Like, has basically came out and said like, hey, I think that there's certain ethnic groups that just aren't people. And that's where I'm at. So anyway, enjoy Dragon Quest, and people acknowledge it. Like, there's people who know, but like, it never gets like that big. It never does, because he's basically an old man screaming in his house by himself. But it doesn't change the fact that those are his views, and he's the one who's still a part of making these games. But Dragon Quest XI came out, and everybody was like, boom, I don't care. I'm playing Dragon Quest XI. I love Dragon Quest. And I think the problem is that sometimes whatever property you like is going to be picked as the main character for that day. And it's going to be the one that gets the light shined on it and all the problematic stuff that might come along with its creator or somebody attached to it. And you are then people are going to go, well, I would never. I mean, I could never bring myself to support this. But I mean, I guess if you don't care about trans people, then you should play Hogwarts. But couldn't be me. Knowing full well that if you were to go into their game library, I could immediately pick out something and go, you sure? You sure that you want to do this? Or your moving watching habits, your sports, like dude, if you there's so many things like that you can go. Even certain like groceries that you go buy can be like there's nothing in this world that you can go buy, almost nothing. I shouldn't say nothing. There are some things, almost nothing that you can buy that does not have somewhere downstream something problematic to have it. Do you own a cell phone? Congratulations, you have a horrible sweatshop labor device in your hand somewhere down the line.
Some type of chocolate recently that's made by Nestle. Guess what? It's problematic as well.
Yeah. Did you eat a Crunch bar? Congratulations, you're now a horrible human being. Like you don't. So you like people who are doing that are psychopaths. Like you just. I'm sort of repeating myself, so I'll stop now. But like I said, there's plenty of ways that you can enjoy these things guilt free if you want to. You also can, like I said, you create your line and you stay within that bounds, and then you shut the fuck up and you stop yelling at other people for whatever it is that you think that they're doing, because you also are doing the same thing just in a different aspect of your life and you just don't want to talk about it.
Sure.
And again, I think in the world that we find ourselves in, it is much, much, much more important on what you are doing in the real world, what causes and issues you are showing up for and trying to affect in your daily life, than what you are doing in your media consumption.
I'll get on my soapbox for just a minute. This will be the last thing I say about this topic, and speaking to the people that are part of that outrage machine, which is, regardless of what you do, ask yourself, when was the last time you voted in a non-general election? Like, when was the last time you voted for a down ballot vote, right? Because, like, at the end of the day, people like J.K. Rowling have billions of dollars. Oh, and she doesn't live in America, so she's not lobbying dick, right? Like, does she have people that look at her Twitter? Yes, but there are hundreds of thousands, if not more, people that scream into the ether about their shitty beliefs that have $0. Just like there are a ton of people that have millions of dollars that scream about their shitty beliefs.
She's not lobbying in America, but she is in the UK.
Sure, maybe. We don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, like, their parliament works completely different than our Senate does, right? So, like, and they actually have more strict rules around lobbying than we do here in the U.S.
They do.
But, so really, the biggest thing she has is a platform. But it doesn't matter if you have millions of dollars or not. People still have platforms every day. Again, this is where it comes to voting. When was the last time you voted in a non-presidential election? Because it's through people skipping these down ballot votes that we've allowed a lot of this hate to get a voice and move up into places of more general power. Mm-hmm. When you go out and try and vote out a senator, that's not doing a whole lot, because the next person that pops up is going to be somebody that was voted into your state house and your state senate that you didn't vote on, that has the same beliefs, is going to replace that last person, right? If you want these things to go away, vote down, get the people you want into power, and then allow them to pass rules that shut all of these people up. I don't care if you're anti-LGBTQ at the end of the day, if you're screaming like a crazy person, but they have the same rights as everybody else. If they're on the books and they're passed, like, it doesn't, who cares about that one crazy person, right? But if you're not voting, you are allowing 50% crazy people to make decisions that still perpetuate the anti-LGBTQ stuff. We could have put a lot of this to bed. We could have a lot of these things on the books, but we chose not to. And that is my soapbox. Like, vote with your wallet. Let people be when it comes to this stuff. But also ask yourself, like, when was the last time I tried to make change from the ground up?
If you're going to complain, yeah.
Yeah, if you're going to complain. If you're not going to complain, you do you. But that's my same thing. Like, anytime somebody... Allie has friends. We have friends. I've had people start to complain about the president, and my first question is, did you vote? If you didn't, I don't care. If you didn't vote, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear your opinion. You have no opinion, right? So if you're not complaining, live your life.
Opinion means nothing, yeah. I mean, I had a couple points I kind of want to get to. I kind of forgot a couple of them. But one of the big ones I wanted to say was, I think Christian might have mentioned, I gotten kind of touched on this too, but the bigger the company, like the more you will be able to find something that puts a bad taste in the mouth of the company or the name. Like Disney's a big company, I mean, I'm not going to stop watching Star Wars. I mean, I can find somebody within Disney or within what is Lucasfilm now or whatever that there's a bad person there.
I mean,
someone with bad
Walt Disney was an
opinions.
anti-Semitic, so
Exactly.
Now,
But
in
to be fair,
fairness,
he doesn't
he
live
is
anymore.
dead.
Yeah,
And
He still has
so
a
your
family
money
who
is
may-
not going to any of his causes. That being said, that's not also to say that there's not an anti-Semitic person in that company
Exactly.
today.
Sure.
Not to say that he didn't pass those opinions down to his family, who are getting some of his money as well. So it's just the bigger the company, the more likely that's going to be a possibility. And it's the bigger company, like you're going to find something. It's just going to fucking happen. There's so many people, and there's too many bad people out there, to where it's just going to be hard to kind of miss that. But you get like a company like Hello Games. Sean Murray seems like the most like nicest, like kindest person in the fucking world, the most wholesome person you've ever seen, like in an interview. And I guarantee that his very small team, or at least back then what was a small team, are all just as nice and as wholesome as he is. I would assume.
Maybe.
But never know. Maybe one of them, might
it's
just
very
be
you don't
slightly
know these
racist.
fucking people.
Yeah,
I always say
might be racist. Or
people are people and understand that, right? Like you don't know any of these people, which is why
Like,
your
Preston,
line
remember-
is so important.
Remember Skullgirls? Like Mike
Yeah, I
Z
know about that one, yeah.
was the hero of the fighting game community, making this thing until it turned out that he was a fucking weird sexual assault dude.
Yeah, dude. Yep.
And all of a sudden, and then now, in fairness, they ousted him from the company and have done God's work since then. So that's
No, but
fantastic.
your point is you don't know people.
You don't
Yeah.
like these parasocial
there's no way you can know the
relationships, like,
entire
you don't know these fucking
corporations.
people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Even small companies, like you can, The only time you can say like, okay, this game is going to be pure if you know that person and that guy made the game all by him fucking self, or that person. That's the only way you can be like, I know this person, they're good, and you might guess what? Even like if you don't think you know that person, you might not know that person. To be fair,
This is why Christian and I are always right, because we always believe that everybody's terrible anyway. So when something bad happens, we're not surprised. We're never surprised.
I like to put a little bit of hope.
No.
Guilty until proven
Yep,
innocent.
100%.
Give me a reason to hate you, and otherwise I'll consider that you might be a decent human being.
Yeah, give me a reason to like you.
Give me a reason to hate you, which people have proven is very easy to do. But I mean, as far as like, let's say my own personal opinion on like what I'm going to do with Diablo 4. For example, I do want to play that game. I'm going to play that game. Now, I'm not going to buy it as far as day one, full price kind of thing. I will go my GameFly way and do it that way. That's the one way I feel. It makes me feel a little bit better as far as my guilt and stuff like that. But also, I feel that with Blizzard itself, there is progression there. I mean, with the merger and the acquisition thing happening, that is kind of holding off the whole Bobby thing. I know I've said it before in the podcast that I wouldn't buy a Blizzard game with Bobby still there, but I know that he is on his way out. It's just corporation doing corporate bullshit. It's just going to take a little longer.
Well, this acquisition might get blocked, so we'll see.
It could be. Yeah, it could be. But also, I think that at a certain point, even if it gets blocked, Bobby is going to be gone sooner or later. He puts a bad taste in everyone's mouth as soon as you hear his fucking name now.
Are you?
So-
I keep asking if you're sure about that, because there have been many reports recently saying that for the foreseeable future, even after the acquisition, he is staying on. So I would just say, until we see him gone.
Okay, so either way, so let's say it might be like a JK thing to where like he's like one of those people who doesn't really actually have any contribution to the game. He's just making money because he happens to have a seat or a chair somewhere on that company. So it is what it is. I'm glad that company is doing better in progression. If that company got all that bullshit and all that flack, and then they weren't doing any progression, there was not like any kind of positive movement on this, like I would be probably thinking differently by now. But there is positive movement.
Does it change your mind if they just announce that they are cutting back employee stock sharing down to whatever it was to like 5%, which is like a huge
Hell yeah.
Yeah. They're
it's
cutting
huge.
some people's pay up to $30,000, just FYI. That came out last week, so
We both work for companies that do a whole lot of shitty decisions as well, but
Yeah.
we still work for those companies, right? I mean, it's just, I mean, the company I work for laid off so many people right at the beginning of, like, right at like the tail end of COVID, like when we were actually bringing people back in just because they want to save themselves a fucking dime, even though they're making fucking bank off of the fucking pandemic. So it's,
you're saying Blizzard 1 step forward, 2 steps back is their MO right now. So
And like I said, all you have to do, you walk right into a GameStop
Hey.
and you just go, "What's up, bro?"
all I gotta do is walk to my mailbox and be like, hey,
Yeah. Let me get a used copy.
I'm either gonna play
I
this.
appreciate you.
I'm either gonna play this for a month and send it right back to you, or I might, if I feel I got friends and we might play this for seasons and stuff like that, I might keep it. But I'm not paying you a full $70 for this.
You have options, and
Yeah,
you don't.
there are other
And you also you don't need to make concessions for anybody. Like if you just want to enjoy the game, enjoy the game. Like
Well, that's the whole thing. So, like, for example, like I know people who like I have a friend who like her and her father like she grew up like as like a small kid. Like her dad would read the Harry Potter books to her, so that like that world means more to her than J.K. Right? So it's that this is like her dream. Like this is like what like she would want out of a video game kind of deal. So I would never hold that against. Like Alex loves the stories, Allie loves the stories, and like I would never hold that against them as far as like they get immersed in that world that they loved, and they had a lot of time with. So yeah, I'm gonna enjoy some Diablo 4, and it's I don't feel like I should feel guilty about it. I know you guys aren't going to judge me for it. To be fair, I don't think any of my friends are going to judge me for it. And anyone who's on the internet who for some reason wants to say something, you can say whatever the fuck you want because I don't know you, I don't care about you. So
I'll probably play it too.
waste your breath.
I'll probably play it
Feel free
too.
to
It's
waste
just
your
going to
breath.
be one of those, as Christian said, like, will an acquisition have gone through and I can buy it guilt free come summer, or will I be buying it used or something?
I'm not pre-ordering it, and I'm not paying full price day one.
there's also a very good
Two
chance
things.
that this game could be ass.
that is true.
That is totally true as well.
It's also
you're not wrong.
it's also worth mentioning that I don't think Blizzard has it in them to make a fucking good game right now. So
I mean, I was playing Overwatch.
I don't
2.
care about Overwatch, and from what I understand,
was good.
Overwatch 2 is a step backwards from the first one. So
I think it's just the same game. Honestly, to be fair,
that's even worse because they're charging $70 with a worse microtransaction system.
you're not wrong. But yeah, it's still technically free. But yeah, I mean, if they were to release another StarCraft game tomorrow, I would probably play it.
But would it even
I
be
would
good?
play it. Yeah, probably. I mean, it's Bobby's
Would
not
it?
making the fucking game, man. Like,
It's not Bobby. I just think that it's like with BioWare, dude. Like all of the people that made the games you loved are gone. They don't work there anymore.
But we'll see. I mean, like Diablo 2 was a remake, and here's a decent one. The Warcraft 3 one was a fucking trash fire. And we'll see what happens with Diablo 4. If Diablo 4 ends up being like a completely shit show, then I will probably lose all faith in Blizzard altogether. Which, to be fair, doesn't really matter too much to me because they have mentioned that they're not even fucking around with StarCraft anymore. So they're kind of just, spat in my face at one point anyway. So, but yeah, I will not be playing Hogwarts because I'm not a Harry Potter person. I missed that boat. That was not of my. That was not. I didn't hit that fantasy world.
Cool. There you go, Jake. Hopefully we answered your question there. Don't feel bad about playing.
Play what you want. If it makes you happy and you're enjoying your life, as long as it's not harming others, I'm not gonna fucking judge you.
Nobody lets anybody just, again, as we said, everybody wants to be their own main character. Just let people live. Let people live. Because the last thing people want every day is to walk outside of their house and get yelled at for something you think is important. I don't care.
Like imagine,
just let me live.
Like imagine
my
somebody
life.
who's like completely unplugged from the internet, right?
Yeah.
Like, because there's all those people. I have been more and more. The only thing that I use social media for now is to send funny Instagram videos to you guys, my wife, and a couple other people, and that's it.
My wife.
Like I don't do anything else. I'm not on Twitter. I'm not on Facebook. I'm not on fucking Snapchat. Like any of it. I'm not on any of it. And I know there's people out there that just don't care about social media and they want no part of it. Imagine not knowing about this and then just having a little fucking Harry Potter sticker on the back of your car and somebody throwing something at your car being like, you fucking hate trans people, and they're just like, what?
They see my Samurai
Right, like, you don't know.
sticker and
You
like,
have
you
no
weeboo
idea.
fuck, and they throw something at me. Yeah.
When
It's
somebody's like
It's like those times. I don't know if you ever experienced this at any school or if you've ever been anywhere. Like, I've experienced it in college, and Allie and I have experienced it one other time when we were going to a concert. But those people that stand outside and just yell, dude, Allie and I were walking to a concert hand in hand. We're married, by the way. We have rings on and everything. And this guy's like, if you're not married, you're going to hell. And Allie's like, we are married. And was he like, oh, then you're good? No. He was like,
not. He had a reason.
You're even worse.
It was, I forget what it was, but the word slut was involved. It's just like, what are you talking? We're just walking to a concert. And people are yelling about like you being a slut going to hell. We're just like, what is this? What is
like
this?
It's such weird. It's just weird behavior. Like even SNK games, which I think, not that I want to assign like an order of magnitude to any of this, but I would say the SNK is probably the worst one because their owner like is chopping people up. So like
not being super secretive about it either.
That's a huge bummer. But it would be such weird behavior to somebody who's like excited about the rollback update that's hitting Sam Show and being like, wow, so you just don't care that journalists are getting chopped up, huh? Like, what a weird thing to say to somebody. Like, what, like actual psychopath behavior.
Because most people don't know that. Like, even if you're in touch in social media, a lot of times, like, you may see outrage, but, Christian, I think you and I follow a lot of similar news and stuff like that. I can 100% say for a fact that I know more about a lot of the stuff than most people I know. Because I follow it. I'm interested in it. I look into it. But, like, most people don't even know who Mohammed bin Salman is. Right? Like, I had a text message from somebody about the World Cup and was like, oh, look at so-and-so sitting right beside the head of FIFA right now. Like, must be nice with those opinions, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, did you notice to the left of him was Mohammed bin Salman? They're like, who is that? I'm like, exactly. But he's on a pedestal in front of 1 billion people on TV. But a lot of people just don't get it. So, yeah, just living your life and being yelled at for something, and you're just like, what did I do?
Just even to try to make the leap in logic, too, to be like, if somebody was excited for Sam Show, like, you don't think that it could be possible that they just wanted to play the fighting game they like.
Right.
Like, you think that they bought it and they were like, I hope that more journalists get chopped up. Like, that's the leap in logic that you're making, instead of just simply being like, it's probably they just like the fighting game. And there's a chance that they don't know. And even if they do know, they're probably just like, I just like the fighting game. Yeah. I just want to play it. And that's okay. Yeah. Like, dude, any escape that you can have from this hellscape that we found ourselves in, I think is totally fine.
That's a good way to end it on. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. And you should be fine for doing that. And like I said, if you really want to judge somebody and judge their character, it's much more telling world. And it's much more measurable of a person to see what they're doing in their real life rather than what they're consuming.
Preach to these people.
100%.
So, all right. Well, thank you, Jake, for your amazing question. Did we say Jake's name? I mean, people know Jake. I don't know if we... Okay.
Yeah, he says his name.
Yeah, I'm making sure. I was like, are we doxing Jake right now? But no, he's been on here plenty of times. Anyway.
Yeah, I shouted out his podcast, awesome. The D&D episode. Everybody
so thank you, Jake, for that amazing question. I am on socials to a very limited degree, mostly just to engage with you people, because I do get Facebook Messenger occasionally. I'm not on Facebook, but I do reply to messages that I get about this podcast. And then, of course, on Instagram and stuff like that.
You should bring those here sometimes, 'cause I don't see them.
I can do that. I can start reading good comments and fun stuff that we have.
Get some mailbag stuff in here, yeah.
But thank you, Jake, for that amazing question. It's a good topic. I think it's a relevant question because there are so many people yelling. And it's like, at the end of the day, live your own life. Vote the way you feel like you need to vote with your wallet. Make your own decisions, but don't hate your friends for making the decisions they made. And with that, Preston, you know what to do.
Hit it. Thank you for listening to another episode of The Testing Room. To catch up on past episodes or to check out the newest ones when they drop, follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your favorite podcast. If watching is more your thing, check us out on YouTube, youtube.com/@thetestingroom, or watch us live on twitch.tv/testingroomlive. To leave comments or ask questions, you can follow us on Instagram @testingroompod, leave a comment on YouTube, or send them in to testingroompod@gmail.com. See you next time.